Okay, mic check 1 2. Here I could be. There, that lights me a little bit better. Let's move that way. Okay. It looks like the microphone's working just fine. Wish I could hear myself. There we go. Now I can hear myself. And let's make sure the simulcast is rolling. This is just the. I got to make sure everything's working. So it looks like we're broadcasting there. Looks like we're broadcasting there. Sorry about the stream ending very abruptly yesterday. Lost internet access towards the end of the night. Didn't lose power. That happens sometimes too. But the internet just went out for like an hour late last night. So let's test the chats. And then if I end abruptly, it's probably because the internet went out or the power went out. So I live in Puerto Rico right now, and we're not connected to the grid. Like there's only I think 1 or 2 power plants here. So if one of them goes down for maintenance or repairs or whatever, then the power just goes out. We can't like fail over to like another power plant that's a few states away because we're on a tropical island right next to the equator, which is why we don't follow daylight savings time here, which I am all for. That's just great. Do we need the banner message? Let me see. What do we got? Let's take a look at the banner message. Let's update it. Watching doc/news while working on personal things, then video editing, and then video editing, and finally while leveling when all the work is done. Say hi in the chat. Kick back, say hi in the chat, comma, kick back and relax. Okay. That kick looks a little weird with that font, doesn't it? Oh, and it cuts out, so the message is a little too long. Damn, I really like that message too. We can shorten this up here. When the work is done, kick back and relax. There we go. Okay, so we move that right there. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, and this is just basically what's going on. Like I think the last week, like I've just been doing WoW, like hardcore. I've been hitting the WoW crack pipe. But it actually paid off. Somebody donated. They just said Nexius fan for life, and they sent a huge donation, which couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, let me post in the Discord. Let's see here. And I need to update Discord. starting to get a lot of people joining, which is a good thing. I just need to, like, I got to fix some of the permissions and stuff. Out here. So I'm just posting in the Discord that I'm going live. Got some personal things to do. So we have a lot of news and docs lined up. Then I'll try editing another short or two. Then while leveling when the work is done. Okay. All right, let's see here. There we go. I wanted to check this video out first. Let me pause the music. There we go. Quiet you. Okay, so I got the chats up. I got the thing. There we go. We already have a viewer. Say hi, viewer. You're the first one here. I see you right there in the analytics. Okay, very cool. Participants. Oh, it might just be me. Oh well, I know some of you watch these after the live stream ends because you're probably on the other side of the world or something. So hi to you. I will be talking to you until we start getting folks participating in the chat. I just want to point out that like, look at this. Yeah, you can see the mouse. I love how the cat perch is right there, but the cat does not give a fuck, and the cat is loafing right there. That is such a cat thing. This is for the cat. Cat don't care. Cat like desk. Cats, everybody. Okay, so this one is called, whoops. This is called Future Home CEO Threatens Police Action After a $5,000 bounty to free his ransomed customers. That's interesting. So this is Louis Rossmann. He's a big consumer advocate, and as you can see, I'm already subscribed. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a like. And let me go ahead and paste a link to Ross's stuff here because I want to promote him. I think he does good work. He's a big proponent of the right to repair. Like you should be able to, if you buy something, you should be able to repair it. Like you shouldn't have to. You should be able to repair it if you're able, or pay somebody else to repair it if they're able. Not have to take it to the place you bought it from, who will charge you an arm and a leg. You know, let the free market decide. So this guy runs a repair shop and has been, like I said, a huge proponent of it. So let's see what he has to say. This definitely seems like an interesting video. I got a bunch of things to do in the background. Whole lot of stuff. We'll do WoW leveling a little bit later today. But I got to get a bunch of stuff done first. So here we go.
Car, so you buy one from my dealership, Rossmann Auto. It works great for the first.
Wait, hold on. Let's start that over, and I'm gonna mute myself so you don't hear me breathing into the mic. Actually, no, just let me move it away because I do need to comment. Like I can't. I need to I don't want to steal his content because we're watching it together. That's why I link his videos. So and I'm already subscribed. So definitely if you like this video, go give it a like. I'm subscribed to him. I suggest you folks do the same. Learn a lot from this guy.
Imagine you need a car, so you buy one from my dealership, Rossmann Auto. It works great for the first 13 months, but 14 months into it, you notice it's starting to get a little warm in the car. You look in the console and there's an error message saying, warning, Rossmann Auto 1 has gone bankrupt. For your air conditioner and radio to work again, please pay $100 a month to Rossmann Auto 2. You're probably confused about this because you bought the car, you have the title, you bought the air conditioner, you bought the radio, and how should my financial malpractice have anything to do with your ability to use what you bought and paid for? But let's put that aside for a moment. Let's say a good Samaritan comes
I love the way this guy breaks stuff down.
along and figures out a way to make the car work again. They crack the firmware in the car so that the car no longer has to connect to the manufacturer's servers in order to allow you to use it. And you have a working air conditioner and radio again. Great. Who in that line of a story has done something immoral, unethical, and illegal? The person who took away access to what you bought and paid for, or the person who gave it back? If you're the CEO of Future Home, in that line of a story, you're calling the police on the people who gave people back access to their property, not the person who tried to take it away. Let's talk.
Holy shit. What is threatens? What is this? Hold on. Consumer Rights Wiki, Future Home. Oh, he's got his own wiki. This is his wiki. Future Home Smart Hub mandatory subscription fee. Future Home ransomed customer devices after bankruptcy, forcing them to pay a subscription fee or face disabled core functionality. What is Future Home? Future Home. Take control of your energy and cut your electric bills. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a power management service. Interesting. So you buy these things and you install them. Future Home Charge, smart, safer, future-proof, electric vehicle charging. Oh, okay. So it's for like people with electric vehicles to help you save on your energy bill. Got it. Okay. Among other things. Products. Let's look at products really quick. That looks Norwegian. All products, smart hubs and kits, electrical vehicle charging, smart heating, smart lighting. Okay. Yeah, I don't, this is one of the reasons why I don't own any smart devices. There we go. Furthermore, new homeowners announced that existing customers would now have to pay an annual subscription fee to continue using their previously purchased smart home hub. Oh my gosh. So they bought things outright, and then they later was like, okay, we're disabling stuff. We're disabling the products that you bought until you pay us more money. That's fucked up.
Talk about this story a little bit. I did a video last week on Nest, Belkin, and Future Home. These companies make smart devices that go in your home that in one way, shape, or form either A, no longer work, or B, will only work if you pay an extortion fee and give them more money. I said that I am putting out a bounty if somebody manages to crack the firmware on the device to give people back access so that they could use that device the way they were able to use it before without having to pay a subscription fee. My opinion, if I buy something, I own it. Just because you made bad financial decisions doesn't mean you get to reach into my house, push a firmware update onto my device that disables its functionality unless I fucking pay you again. Let's read an article about me that made the front page of a Norwegian tech website. Tech.no. This article is going to have a little bit of Babelfish in the translation because I can't read Norwegian, so please forgive the plugin that is being used to translate it. Consumer rights activist Louis Rossmann at Fulu Foundation has now offered a $5,000 bounty to anyone who can crack the source code of a Norwegian smart home company, Future Home. At the time of writing, this is equivalent to around 51,000 Norwegian kroner. This comes in the wake of Future Home facing a wave of angry and distraught customers when they suddenly went bankrupt and the company that took over operations subsequently demanded an annual subscription to their services, which were previously free. The shipment also included an update that would render the system unusable without payment, which several customers described as blackmail. If Rossmann gets his way, however, the entire solution will be open and freely available. You can watch the below video he made about Future Home. Future Home CEO. This is considered illegal hacking. When the CEO pushes an update to your device that turns off its ability to work unless you pay him every month, that's auto update. When I revert it back to the firmware it was before, that's a crime? Fuck out of here with this shit. This reminds me of something that Bill Burr said a long time ago.
I'm sick of that shit. That's what the law says. 100 years ago, I could beat you with a fucking mop handle and be like, well, that's what the law says. Doesn't make us right.
CEO of FHSD Connect, Oyvind Fries, writes in an email to Tech.no that they are aware that Rossmann has promised a bounty to anyone who can break into their software. It is regrettable that we now have to spend time and resources strengthening the security of a popular service rather than further developing functionality for the benefit of our customers, says Fries. This is the Darvo shit. You're the victim. not the people that you sold a product to, that you pushed a firmware update to that makes it not work anymore. They're not the victim. You're the victim, you poor little fucking CEO. He says their focus is on reliable and user-friendly services, with the customers the former Future Home in focus, and is clear that they take the bounty seriously and do not find it the least bit funny. Although some people perceive this as entertainment, it can have serious consequences for thousands of subscribers that use the service daily, he emphasizes. I don't think it is funny that you fuck up company number 1, you start company number 2, you fuck over all the customers you ransomed from company number 1. That's not fucking funny. That's illegal. And if
it's the same CEO. Future Home is an Norwegian smart home company founded in 2013, known as the Future Home Smart Hub, a central gateway device that connects and controls Internet of Things devices. Smart Hub and Future Home's own product line allows users to automate lighting, heating, electric vehicle charging, and other home functions via the mobile app. Okay. Was originally sold as a one-time purchase. Prior to 2015, Future Home operated on a one-time hardware purchase model with app and cloud services included at no extra cost. Future Home AS was declared bankrupt on May 20th. So what, two days ago? Damn, this just happened. The platform and its services were acquired by a 50-50 split by Silkcom Connect AS and the former Future Home owners. So their company declared bankruptcy. They created a new company. Like the same people created a new company and then changed the deal. They started charging people that bought the one-time hardware. That's so fucked up. App access disabled. Automations and modes frozen. Local API. Yeah, and this stuff is like hardwired into some people's houses, unfortunately. And you don't get it, you can't even call support unless you're a subscription. They moved. Oh, this is so fucked up. Wow.
If it ain't illegal, it fucking should be. Unauthorized access to source code is considered illegal hacking and punishable under Norwegian law. If someone were to actually trigger the bounty and the source code were to be breached, what legal steps would you take in that case? Any violations of the law are followed up by the police, who have experience with these types of issues. I am not a lawyer. By the way, never say that as an acronym. Say it out loud. Type it. It's not in a bunch of extra keys. Just trust me on this one. Never use I am not a lawyer as an acronym. If you get clowned, you deserve it. In my personal opinion, the person who gives back access to what you bought and paid for is the good guy. The person who took it away so they can make more money is the bad guy. Any violations of the law are followed up by the police who have experience with these types of issues. The variance also refers to Section 204 of the Criminal Code, which covers actions where someone, by breaching a protection or by other unauthorized means, gains access to a computer system or part of it. Future Home systems are in over 30,000 homes. Quick poll. How many of the 30,000 people that have this installed in their house consented and authorized a firmware update being installed that would lock you out of it unless you pay the CEO $117 a year? Did you agree to that? Were you okay with that? Because if that was unauthorized, I'm pretty fucking sure he committed a crime, not the person that gives you back access to it. So the person that reverts the firmware back to the way it was before so you can continue using your device is a criminal. The person who tried to ransom you out of what you bought and paid for after bankrupting his old company and starting a new one is the angel. That's the good guy. He's the victim. This is why I fucking hate Darvo people. Because they can say this with a straight face. It's not that they're lying to you. They believe in their heart and their soul that they're the good guy. The first comment is my favorite. This is not illegal. 1, this has nothing to do with source code. It's called clean room reverse engineering. 2, Section 204 of the Criminal Code does not deal with reverse engineering or intellectual property rights at all. Have we already forgotten that John Johannesson cracked a DCSS encryption on DVDs? It wasn't punishable. The Copyright Act even has an exemption that contains specific provisions that allow reverse engineering of computer programs to achieve interoperability between different software systems. Here we are basically talking about the company actively stepping in and adding a subscription service to something that wasn't there. The people who bought this have in practice had their product changed after they bought it. I don't like this business model because I find it to be underhanded and sneaky, and it's been a business model that's been around for over 30 13 or 15 years. Back in the day, it would only damage investors. You offer a product or a service below what it costs you to offer it. So let's say there's a repair service that everybody charges $500 for. It costs me $400 to provide, and instead of charging $450 or $400 for it to try and compete, let's say I charge $200 or $100. Because I'm offering the repair service for $100 or $200 below cost, I'm going to get tons of customers. I'm going to maybe have 30,000 people flock over to me and utilize my repair service. If I go bankrupt as a result of that, that's on the investors and that's on me. But it shouldn't be on the customer. I should not be hiding something in every fucking MacBook I fix, like some sort of kill switch that I can just press a button on, so that if I go bankrupt, it's cash flow that just shows up from all these people that I have extorted and ransomed. I don't know how it is in Norway. I'm not a lawyer and I don't live there. But in the United States of America, we have laws like Section 1201 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. This law has been around for almost 30 years now. And this section of this law says that it is illegal to break a digital lock, even on a product that you own, and show other people how to do it. This law is becoming more and more relevant with each passing day, because every single day there's a new company that's utilizing a digital lock to take away your rights of ownership. These are laws that I want to inform you on a regular basis. These are also laws that we're going to have to push back against and challenge and talk about on this channel and as a society in general, if you want to be able to say that we own, we bought and paid for.
Video game consoles, for example, there's established consistent record that those TPMs are in place to protect security of the devices, privacy of users.
These laws are on the books for your benefit. Trust him. We've seen everybody from Mazda to Haier at this point utilize these laws to try and intimidate developers whenever they try and give people back access to what they bought and paid for. And I think that's wrong. You let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to keep moving forward full steam ahead. If the CEO of Future Home would like to give people back access to what they bought and paid for, great. If he doesn't want to do that and he doesn't like what I'm doing, he can go fuck himself. I don't care. I'm not intimidated by people like you. I'm not intimidated by companies like you. My nonprofit won't be, nor will we ever. You understand? See you in the next video. Bye now. But before we do that, I'm going to introduce you to somebody else who's never intimidated by a CEO of an anti-ownership company.
The cat.
Blackberry the cat.
He hears. Oh, his name's Blackberry. That's cute.
That's a greenie.
Oh, there's two.
Would you like another greenie? Maybe you get another greenie. Clinton, you want a greenie? I got a greenie up here for you.
It's fucking great.
Come get a greenie. That's a greenie. I gave you a greenie. Oh, I took the greenie away. I changed the terms of the sale. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Here's a greenie. See that? I gave you a greenie. And then I took the greenie away.
No,
Yeah, I'm a big bad Future Home CEO. You gotta pay for that now. Here you go. Okay. Greenie on the desk, and I take it away from you. Okay, I'm done with this. You're a good girl, Blackberry. Who's my kitty? See you in the next video. Bye now.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh man. I'm actually gonna comment, so this gets more visibility. Like, I love how you can see the cat perch in the background next to the desk, but the cat is loafing on the desk, ignoring the cat perch. Hashtag just cat things. Here, let's PS postscript. I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Darth Vader. Is there a way to do cross out in comments? No, there's not. What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Who is the CEO of Future Home. Smart Hub. Eric Stockland. Yeah. Darth. Eric Stockland. Dark Lord of the Sith. Okay. There we go. Darth Eric Stockland, Dark Lord of the Sith. Okay. Okay, that was great. Let me pull us up another video. Hey, Phoebus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lewis is great. He really likes teasing the pussycat. That's fucking great. Yeah, I just, that popped up in the feed, and I was like, I need to watch that. And then I'm actually going over to our channel where we have posted lots of videos, and I'm currently in the process of ordering some food because we had some anonymous person donated a very good chunk of money. So like I'll be able to make my car payment next month, and I'm ordering some more food. In fact, here we can show that. Let's figure this out. I'm gonna show you guys how I shop for food on a very, 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 very tight budget. Main display. Okay, there we go. And then we need ChatGPT to. How do you say black-eyed peas in Spanish? De negro. Okay. I want to get some black. No, that ain't how you do it. Huh. Peas? What if I search for peas? Okay. Here, let's put the music back on, and then we'll watch a couple other things, but I gotta order some food. So we're looking for black-eyed peas because dry black-eyed peas, dried beans and dry peas are really, really cheap. Those are garbanzos, chickpeas. There's black beans. Black beans are great. Those are not them. That's them, I think. Yes. Yeah, let's get 2 bags of those. All right, let's see what we got so far. So we got whole chicken because it's $1.85 a pound for whole chicken. So, and if whoever anonymously donated, thank you. This is what the money's going to. This isn't a car payment. I only after next month's car payment, I only owe one more payment, and then I actually own the whole thing. So thank you so much, because I'd be really upset if I lost the car because I couldn't make the last damn payment. It's just such a relief. Thank you so much for the donation. For those of you that just joined us, like I got laid off a couple of months ago, and I've been desperately seeking jobs, filed for unemployment, and like they're I don't know, it's like under review or something. I must have done something wrong. So this is just a huge help. Brown rice. Okay, that's a 2-pound bag. That's a 5-pound bag. Let's get the 5-pound bag. Okay, what about chicken bouillon? Is that how you spell it? How about chicken bouillon? Calo di pollo? Di polo? Ooh. Is that it? This is probably what the move. This will be cheaper than the individually wrapped stuff. Perfect. Okay, let's add that. And then I'm going to get one of these because this goes really good with the black beans. Little flavor. Okay, great. All right, now. Okay, we're on a budget here, so let's be careful. We got lots of beans, lots of rice. Okay, now we're gonna get some carrots because I'm gonna make a soup. Carrots. Here we go. $1.79 a pound, super cheap. Ooh, this is on sale. Let's get one of those because it's on sale. All right, now we need some onions. Cheap, healthy food: chicken, dry beans, rice, frozen veggies. Absolutely. I think the frozen veggies are a bit expensive. I can get the cans cheaper. Is canned? You think should I get the canned or the frozen veg? What's the cheapest onions we got? 147 a pound. 2 pounds of those. So what's half of that? One there. Okay, so this is 10 cents cheaper a pound. We get 2 pounds. Okay, let's get this. Okay, so we got carrots, onions. We need a little celery. These are the cheapest right there. Yeah, we'll get the cans then. All right, so we got that. All right, now, flour. Okay. We're gonna get. That's the 5 pound bag. So I'm gonna get 2 of those because I make bread. Okay, and we need some sugar for the bread. That's really cheap. That's even cheaper. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I guess we get the 2 pound bag. Got it. Okay. My roommate bought coffee, so praise him. All right, let's look at what we got real quick. Oh, powdered milk. This is the milk here is expensive, but the powdered milk will keep, and I can use it for baking. Powdered milk. Oh, that's on sale, but that's so much money. For grind veg. Yeah, my roommate is he actually does a lot of that stuff. I gotta work with him on that. We actually have a lot of stuff here to do that, so I really should spend some time on that. Let's do this for the powdered milk. Well, actually, I don't want to spend that much money. This might be a little bit cheaper because it's on sale. It's reduced fat milk powder. Um, I don't know if the reduced fat is going to affect the baking recipe. Let's ask Bob. If I'm using powdered milk as a baking ingredient, will it make much of a difference if it is low fat powdered milk? Okay, we'll get the low fat because I'm making breads. Yeah, I don't make any of that. For baking, low fat's perfectly acceptable. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's grab that. Let's go here. Let's remove this one. Okay, so we got everything for the. All right, so I'm crossing stuff off the list here. Flour, powdered milk, black beans, rice, black-eyed peas, sausage, carrots, onion, celery. Ooh, potatoes. The potatoes will. Potatoes will also add to the soup. How about potato? There we go. Hey, Noob Fever. Polo is chicken. I know that much. Yeah, I feel terrible. Like, oh, these are sweet potatoes. Like I live here and I don't know Spanish and I feel bad. I guess I could try it. I got so much to do. I guess I could add, make an effort to learn Spanish too. These are baking potatoes. Okay. Okay, it's properly $1. So if I put, that's each potato is 1 pound. So let me just get 2, and that'll make two batches of soup because I'm also going to put in the black-eyed peas. And that should be a very black-eyed peas, celery, carrots, chicken broth, chicken for the meat. That should be a nice hearty soup. Okay. I'll make videos on these two, like how to eat cheap, how to eat healthy and cheaply. Okay. So we got the bread, Goya, chicken bouillon, baked potato. We got the flour, we got the sugar. Okay, now the expensive one is eggs, sadly. Oh, there we go, right there. We will get 2 of those. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Oh, thank God, those are on sale. Okay, we got the chicken bouillon, we got the ham flavoring, we got the whole chickens. Oh, that's right. We're looking for potato flakes. Potatoes. Potato. There we go. Let's click on this and see if they got anything else. So that's the big box of potatoes. It's also the cheapest one. These small ones like are expensive compared. Oh no, Ozzy Osbourne passed away? Oh. Yeah, I listened to him a lot when I was younger. I think Mr. Crowley is my favorite song of his. Oh well. Rest in peace, brother. He made some good tunes. Poor guy. I definitely need to exercise. I don't, and stay away. Drugs are bad, you know. Seeing Ozzy in his older years, I'm glad I cleaned up my act. Okay, we'll just get one of these. Okay, we get some cheese. Now the blocks of cheese is the cheapest, so let's find blocks of cheese. Hopefully they got them on sale. Shredded cheese is super expensive, like compared to normal cheese, just a block of cheese. I get the block of cheese and like I'll shred it myself. Save me some money. Oh, that's the expensive stuff. Now we're getting somewhere. There's Monterey Jack. I'm just gonna get cheddar because it just needs to go on top of the beans. The beans and rice. Little bit of cheese with beans and rice. That's all I want. Just adding some fat, because that's like the beans are protein, the rice is carbs, and we just add a little bit of fat. That's what we need. I am so thankful that person donated. I can't begin to tell you guys. Like, it really was a godsend. I just gonna keep going. I'm sure things will work out. I just gotta keep working at it. It's hard though. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. Like this is the longest I haven't had a job since I was 15 years old. And before that, I was like mowing lawns and washing cars and stuff. I don't know. I gotta talk to Phoebus and Zach and stuff about it in the next month or two and figure something out. I feel like I have rent paid through until February here, so like I'm trying to get something remote. We'll see. Oh no, that's on sale, but that's 8 ounces. Are there any other blocks of cheese? I think I need to search for cheddar. Okay, let's search for cheddar. All right, now there's a block. That's extra sharp. Fine, that'd be fine. For 8 ounces. Yeah, see those are snack bars. See, 6 ounces sliced is even more expensive than 8 ounces not. That's not on sale. I think we're gonna get those. Yeah, that's 8 ounces. Probably those. Oh, heck yeah. We'll get the sharp cheddar that's on sale. 2 for $5, so that's $2.50 a pop. Yeah, that's $2.99. Let's do that. Extra sharp cheddar, boom. Yeah, that's 16 ounces of cheese for $5. That's all right. So far, so good. Blocks of potato flakes. Blocks of cheese. Hot sauce. Hot sauce to go on the black beans. Ah, that's too expensive. We'll do without the hot sauce. We don't need the hot sauce. How do you spell Vienna sausage? There we go. Oh, those are on sale. Oh, those are on sale at 50 cents a piece. Oh my gosh, give me 20 of them. This is basically protein and fat. Okay, that'd be protein and fat to add to the black beans, and that way the chicken can be kept for making the soup. Okay, and then we got everything to make bread. Oh, we need some butter. That's going to be expensive, but we need it for. In fact, what could I use to substitute butter for making bread? Butter is so expensive. Vegetable oil, shortening, margarine, lard, olive oil, applesauce. I mean, margarine's made out of vegetable oil, so I guess we just go with margarine. If the recipe calls for melting the butter, oil is usually the best substitute. Oh. Well, okay, so this is on sale, and I've got enough oil to also fry some of the bread because I make baked bread and donuts, and I might need to do that because the air fryer is like close to breaking every time. I'm having problems with it, and I can't afford a new one right now. Hey, Deathforge, I had somebody, some anonymous person donated a good chunk of money yesterday, and I'm ordering food, and then that'll cover my second to last car payment. So I'm just fucking so relieved right now. So I'm ordering food enough to probably feed me for the next month and a half at least. And then when we're done with that, we'll check out some more documentaries because I need to. There's a couple other things I need to do in the background. In fact, I think actually, when I'm done with this, because I can do that later tonight. It's already 5 o'clock, so it's not like if I could have done it earlier today, that would have been more important. But I can end the stream a little bit early tonight, and then just there's 2 more things I got to do on my list here, just personal stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to do. Okay, so when I'm done with this, I'm going to try turning some more stuff into shorts, like you suggested. You and Phoebus and Zach have all suggested that I should be making shorts to help promote the channel, and thank you. I'm finally listening to you. I'm a little hard-headed sometimes, so you gotta forgive me. But yeah, that's what we're gonna work on after this, and then when that's done, actually, before I do the shorts, I'm going to get organized. I've been remiss on keeping some of my stuff organized, and Zach and Nugget had a conversation with me yesterday They want me to take care of myself. So I'm taking tomorrow off of streaming. I'm not gonna have any. I'm gonna have minimal screen time. There are things that I have to do tomorrow in front of a computer, but I won't play games or anything. It'll be minimal screen time. I also need to. They gave me a lot of stuff. A lot of ideas, a lot of stuff to do. So I want to make sure that I get this stuff organized, because it'll help me produce some stuff. So as soon as I get done with this, I'll probably do some project management stuff. And I think Flame Mage requested that I kind of do a video on how I stay organized. So I think what I'll do is I'll record that while I'm using this to get organized, and I'll show people like my system, how I use the calendar, how I use the what's called a Kanban board. Turn that into a video, and then try to clip one or two more things. Yep, and then so I'll get organized here, and then I'll record that so I can quickly turn that into a video. And then I will also try to turn one or two more things into a video. I'm going to use this program for another day or two just because it's super easy. But I need to set up my own pipeline using AI to do this, because this end user license agreement is like, we own your stuff. So I'm not going to fuck with that. I'm going to use it for this ease of use right now while I'm getting things up and running. But within a week or two, I want to have a pipeline set up where I do all this stuff locally. It takes a buttload of time to manually put in captions, so I need to automate that. It's just I spend way too much time captioning things, and I think adding the captions, especially to shorts, increases the quality and the production value. I think it's just the done thing. People be captioning shorts. Okay, so instead, this is on sale. Let me go check how much. No, because I need to buy this as an insurance policy in case the air fryer breaks, because then the only way I'll be able, the oven here doesn't work. So I need to do this. The oven doesn't work, but the stovetop does. So push come to shove, I'll at least be able to fry the bread. Okay, we're skipping butter because it's too expensive. Okay, and then we need some peanut butter and some jelly. $16 ounces for $3. Not sure. Oh, there it is. So I think, yeah, this is the model that I've got. So I got it January 2024. So the thing lasted me a year and a half, and I probably used it every other day. So it was like I'm satisfied. I was satisfied with my purchase. Oh, you can get them used for cheaper than that. Or no, this one is used. That is used. So, okay, we still need to add peanut butter, right? There's the oil. There's the onions. There's the milk, eggs, rice, beans. 5 pounds of rice. 5 pounds of black beans, 2 pounds of black-eyed peas, flavoring, potato flakes, cheese, chicken bouillon, potatoes for the soup, 10 pounds of flour for bread, 2 pounds of sugar, but I don't need a lot of it, but it's the cheapest thing. $10 for Vienna sausages. We got the chicken. We got that. Okay. What else? Jelly. Oh wait, that's right. Add the peanut butter. So the peanut butter, this is the cheapest. Let's get 2 of these. And then let's get some strawberry jelly. What's the difference between strawberry jelly and strawberry jam and jelly? This stuff is probably thicker. Let's get that. Something to put on the bread. 2 of those. Okay. Okay, good. We're under 150 bucks. That's where I wanted to stay. Did I see that link? Let me look. No need bread. You have an account with these folks? I guess I continue with Google. Tweak version. Hey Swanty. Phoebus, you have an account with these folks? It looks like a get a crit free account or log in. Get limited access to our recipes and more with the New York Times account. Why is it what is going on? You have a firewall? Oh, okay. Well, just like screenshot the recipe or something for me, and I'll take a look. It's extract is in Discord, my man. You're already ahead of me. Where did you? Let's see here. Where'd you post it in the Discord? Okay. I guess you haven't posted it yet. We close that. We close that. Okay. Okay, and I am going to treat myself with one thing. I will get 2 liters of Coke Zero. Coca-Cola regular, Coca-Cola Zero. I like the cans, but the cans are too expensive. So we will get... And Coke Zero doesn't taste as bad. Alright, so I'll get 2 of those. And that is my treat. Okay. Double check. We got peanut butter. We got plenty of vegetable oil. We got onion, celery. 2. This is my treat. The low-fat milk for baking. Eggs were on sale. Thank goodness. Actually, you know what? Let's turn that to 3. Can I change that? Because that's on sale. Yeah, I'll take 3 of those. What happened? I just heard something. What's going on? Oh, new donation from Death. Oh, buddy. Did you donate again? Let me look. Of course you did, because it says it right there. Is that for the air fryer? It is. Thank you, brother. Now, you're such a big help, man. I'm gonna keep making good stuff, man. You're my number one. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing everything Deathforge suggests. And Deathforge also said he'd be over the moon if I made WoW content again. So that's what we're doing too. So I'm gonna keep delivering, dude. I don't know what else to say. I wouldn't be getting through this period of my life where I'm at right now if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you. I'm not going to get all emotional or anything, so I'm just going to shut up for a minute. Thank you. We will I'll get the roommate to order the air fryer because I think he still has his Prime subscription. Otherwise, let me write that down. Okay, good. Yeah, this way we don't have to pay for shipping because I'm pretty sure he's still got his Prime account. Thank you, Deathforge, man. I mean, that means a lot. And I'll make a lot more air fryer videos too. Oh, hey, Starzy. Welcome. Yeah, Deathforge. Thanks, man. Like I'm slowly realizing that. I don't know what I thought back when I was originally doing this stuff. I thought, well, I do remember looking at the demographic stuff, and seeing the analytics, and I remember showing that to John, and I was like, dude, I think we're role models. We have to show ourselves doing stuff other than playing video games, and that's why we had some of those videos like going to the gym and stuff like that. So, but I don't think I put much thought into it. And then I think I think what really brought it home was the period of time that I was inactive. And people would just send great messages. So that's why I kept doing it. Okay, I think we're done. Is that everything? That's everything. Okay, and I will make videos of making the soup and the bread. We'll be using the air fryer for the bread. And we use the pressure cooker for the soup because it's super easy to cook soup in a pressure cooker. You wouldn't believe. But thanks again, Deathforge, man. I appreciate it. I'll keep working at it, and I'm just gonna like make the what's going on here. Oh, I'm so glad that got covered up. Who is this? Suspected spam caller. This is what happens when like I have suddenly been getting a bunch of spam. It's because I'm applying for jobs. Like all of this spam stuff started when I started applying for jobs, and like thank you Phoebus for suggesting I switch over to Google Voice. Google Voice has like a spam filter, and all these spam calls that I get, they never leave a voicemail message. Well, they left one, and it sounded like super shady, and I played it for my roommate. And I was like, should I call this back? Like, is it possibly like job hunting? He listened to it. He's like, no, don't call that back. Don't call them back. So I was like, okay. But you know, kudos to Phoebus again for suggesting I switch off of my expensive Verizon service over to Google Voice, and that saved some money a month. So that helped me cut my bills down even more. And now it's got the spam filter, so I don't have to talk to people that are trying to spam me. Very good. Hey, Flame Age. Yeah, you're exactly, Phoebus. And it actually, fun fact, my voice message is actually from Phoebus too. It is hello, and you don't even give your name. Hello. I am unable to come to the phone right now. Oh, hello. You've reached the phone number. You've reached 555-867-5309. I'm unable to come to the phone right now, but your call is important to me. Please leave a detailed voice message, and I will return your call as soon as possible. Like, it's just that is the best voicemail greeting there is, if you ask me. Like, I can't think of any better way to do it. So kudos to Phoebus again on that. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? I upped the eggs, right? Are we still under 150? Man, I'll get another thing of eggs. I haven't seen eggs this cheap since forever. And it's a 12 count. Well, no, 12. Yeah, well, it's not the 16 count. Hold on, let's look again. Can I get cheaper eggs anyway? Let's do it again. All right. Ooh, here, let's do this. Check this out. Watch this, y'all. Take a screenshot. Save it in the screenshot folder. Go here. Add the screenshot. Tell me what the lowest price per egg item is on this webpage. Look at it go. Look at it go. It is that one. It's the one on sale. Okay, it is. It is. All right. So let's go back there. And I'm just going to get more. Because with the egg... Oh, no. I need mixed vegetables. Okay. Okay, that's fine. No, let's do this. Mixed vegetables. Okay. 16 ounces, 2 for $4. Oh, it's on sale. See, that's 16 ounces. for $2.75. So that's on sale, and that's so. Oh, and the cans are only 8 ounces. That's a 15 ounce for $1.79. So if I got 2 of these, so mixed vegetables, 2 of these, that's actually less, because it would be 16.5 ounces. Oh no, this is still cheaper. Look at that. So it's 16.5 for, well, let's just double check. I'm not good at math in my head. I suck at that. Save. What is the first, second, and third best price for mixed vegetables per ounce on this page? Yeah, it's still the store brand, it looks like. Oh, I don't. I just copy and paste it. Okay. No, I'll do that next time. I will do that next time. I'm all about efficiency and saving steps. I guess it's just what I started to do, and it worked, and I was happy with it, so I didn't try to improve on it. But if I can just copy and paste that stuff, then I will. Please make it easier for us to give you money. Put it in the description. Get a bot to be like, hey, if you want to support Nexius, you can do that at. Okay. Okay, we will do that too. Thank you, Deathforged. Okay, so we're getting the mixed vegetables. Okay, we're getting these. And if we get 10 cans, it's $8.50. Okay, and that's $1.55. So I think we're good. We're only $5 over my target. Oh, that's great. No, good for Sweden. Swanty says, fun fact, in Sweden, every object needs to show the price per weight volume for comparison. That's awesome. I wonder here. No, see, they don't do it. It just shows total. That's all. Yeah, they don't. There's some places. There's a couple of places in the States that do that, but it's not required by law, and only a few of them actually do. And it's actually like really, really small on the labels, like on the shelf, if it's there at all. So. Okay, let me think through this one more time. Let me look at my stuff. Yeah. Vegetables, celery, blah, blah, blah. We got the eggs. 3 things of eggs. Goya. Idaho. We got plenty of bread. Okay. All right, it's time to buy. Let's switch it up. Give me just a sec, y'all. I don't want you seeing my address or anything. I love you guys, but I don't want everybody to see where I live. And my payment card information and stuff. That would be bad. I'm not saying any of you folks would do that, but there's some weird people out there that might see it later. Let's pull up the and there's people messaging me on Discord. I gotta catch up on those. Nugget messaged me. Fugnuck messaged me. What's going on? Oh. Hold on. Suspected spam caller. Here, I'll mute it so you guys don't have to listen to that. I don't know what button to press to send them to voicemail. Do I just hang up on them? Oh, they hung up already. All right. Okay, it's over. It's over. Okay. They didn't even leave a voicemail. Okay, there should be options where to automatically screen spam calls. I will look into that. Let me add that on the list of things to do. Figure out how to screen spam calls in Google Voice. Okay. All right, so I added that to the list of things to do. Flame Mage, like stick around because I've got a big long list of stuff that I need to organize, and I will spend some time recording and explaining the stuff that I do because you requested that stuff, and I'm getting ready to dive into some of it. So that's coming up. That's coming up next. I just got to order this food, and I need to do like one or two other things in the background, and then we can get started on that. And then after that, we got some video editing coming up. So I know you got into DaVinci Resolve 2, and then Nugget, if you're watching, you can see me do some of that, and then we'll do some WoW a little bit later, when my brain is tired. Where is the... God, I'm so flustered right now. Deathwitch, thanks again, dude. Videos for live streaming. Perfect. Okay. All right, those are a bit old. Let's check out Bellular News. This is a good. I don't think I need to watch one of these super long videos yet, but we're gonna hang on to the longer videos. Let me copy here, and then let's pull up Bellular News, and then it's not gonna play.
So the games industry kind of just...
Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is, for those of you who don't know, this is Bellular News. I am subscribed to this guy. It looks like I already gave this video a like. Maybe I pre-watched it or whatever. So Bellular News does probably the most fair and balanced job I've seen of keeping up and explaining with industry news. There's a lot of I subscribe to like a lot of other folks that like their style's a little bit different, and they lean kind of into the outrage bait kind of stuff. But this guy is I can't recommend him enough. So I already given him a like here. I'm subscribed. Let me link him in the chats because I'm super happy to promote this guy. There we go. Yeah, they got AI making a bunch of calls and stuff now, right, Phoebus? Phoebus says it probably wasn't even a person calling. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, cool. So let's check this out. AAA Wants You Afraid, Stop Killing Games has them sweating. I've got a couple of scripts written up around Stop Killing Games. I'm going to start a web series around inspired by Stop Killing Games. I want to the idea of my web series is to raise awareness of the absurdity of some of the terms of service in the end user license agreements. And that script's maybe 75% of the way done. So let's see what Bellular News has to say. And he adds to the conversation, or I think he's very informative. The content that I want to make, I want to add to the conversation and inform better. Robodialers. Phoebus says robodialers have been a thing long before AI. It's super simple program to build. Yeah, I think a couple of jobs that I applied to, like all of these spam calls started when I started applying for jobs. So I think I probably applied to a scam or two. Anyway, here let's check this out. Let me get my groceries ordered. Deathforge, thanks again.
So the games industry kind of just told 1.25 million of you to get lost. And that's because as the EU petition crossed that threshold, Video Games Europe issued their response to stop destroying games. And it's quite fun. Now, you may not know who this group are, but you probably know who the ESA are. That's the US games industry body. They've been involved in all sorts of fun things like crushing game preservation efforts. Anyway, Video Games Europe is essentially the EU version of that. And their message is fairly simple, that if this all succeeds and goes through, that online games would become prohibitively expensive to develop, that developers might abandon Europe entirely, and that it would force the likes of private servers, which could be sketchy, which could steal your data and lead to scams. And if that sounds familiar to you, I wouldn't really be surprised. I mean, this is basically the same playbook that gets wheeled out every time there's some sort of consumer body that's demanding some change. It's essentially worst case scenarios, fear tactics, corporate panic, all that fun stuff. Now, if you skim the news, you know the data stories hit us every week. Like, say, when British Telecom had a breach that exposed loads of my family. That was cool, and it's why I love today's sponsor, Incogni, who actually just got even better. So, their core service already scrubs your data from more than 200...
By the way, I don't mean to interrupt his advertisement here, and we will definitely finish watching it because this is how this guy pays the bills. But a way to protect yourself from data breaches is to always use different passwords for things. That's basically how data breaches work and why they go after things. They hope you're, if you sign up with an email, if you've got the same password on your email address as you have for your bank account, and then there's a data breach, that they try to use the same login credentials to banks and all that kind of stuff. And if they can get into if they can breach one place and then get into your email address, most people keep those emails that say that you signed up for a service or that you got a statement from the bank or something like that. So they'll read that, realize what bank you have, and then go try to sign into the bank if you use the same password. So just always recommend don't use the same passwords, at least not for the important things, not for the bank, not for your email account. Oh yes, Phoebus, absolutely. And also set up two-factor authentication. It's super easy now. Damn near everybody's got a smartphone. You can set up an authenticator on your phone or have it send the message, send a code to your phone number. So 2FA is another way. So we'll get back to it, but I did want to point that out. And then I'm sure the service that this guy is offering is above board too. So if you're interested, give him a shot. I'm just trying to support Belly Other News here. He's a great guy. I love his content.
150 broker sites and keeps it down with continuous suppression sweeps. But the new unlimited plan adds a feature called custom removals. Here's how it works. You spot your details anywhere online, you paste the URL into your Incogni dashboard, and their privacy team files the legal takedown. And then, in about 45 days, that page is gone. There are no limits in submissions for this feature. You can just keep on feeding links until your search results are nice and spotless the way that you want them. And I just think of this as routine maintenance for my digital life. And if you want that same peace of mind, head to incogni.com/BellyOtherNews. You'll get 60% off the annual unlimited plan. Gives you a nice clean slate, keeps you secured, and that's why I highly recommend it. Here's the thing today. We can't just go purely full-on us versus them. For Harmony, what we need is balance. Balance between players, devs, and publishers. If any one gets too powerful, then the others, of course, suffer. And we get evidence of this all the time within games. For just one example of that imbalance, take a look at what Microsoft recently did. They essentially pulled a whole bunch of their contracts with third-party game developers, right? And from what we understand, purely this is because of them making strategic changes. Now, there was no clause in those contracts to protect those developers, meaning that some are now at risk of closure. My point essentially being the power imbalance is so bad that even a big contract like that does not have protections for a no-fault termination for a development studio. That's one example of the imbalance, and for many people, the whole point of Stop Killing Games is essentially that same imbalance again. Devs get screwed, consumers get screwed, and in so many cases, the ESA and Video Games Europe, at their worst, are just pushing for more power to the larger interests, to the larger publishers, the ones that I think everyone would argue do have too much power relative to everyone else right now. I don't want these publishers to go bust, but I do want balance. And that's why I'm keen to see this movement through, to see where it goes. And it's why today's video exists, because now that there's been so much buzz, it's actually time to talk about what happens next, because the real fight hasn't even started. Let's hit the two things that Video Games Europe dropped, which basically are a statement and a policy paper. They kind of cover the same thing. And what they basically do, right, is restate current law. Essentially, that being that games are licenses. You don't own them. It's just a license, and that even does include a physical copy of a game. Now, they say that's both why they can patch games, update them, do all that good stuff, and also why services can be ended under current consumer law, because it's just a license to access a service, not a thing that you own. Now, their core argument about why changing that would be really bad is essentially cost. Basically, they're saying the compliance with the sorts of rules that I guess a maximalist interpretation of Stop Killing Games would want, that would make making online games prohibitively expensive, which would essentially...
This is complete bullshit, by the way, because all they have to do is like even when you develop an online game, you have a test server. So and then there's the actual software to run the server. All they have to do is release that information when they're ready to those programs and that information when they're no longer ready, when they're no longer willing to support the game. That's all they have to do. The stuff that they would have already developed it, and all they got to do is just put it out there on the internet. And you know, I can get 100 gigabytes of cloud storage from Google for $1.99 a year. So this does not scan. This doesn't scan. You have to. This is just complete bullshit.
Essentially mean less of those get made. They say it would curtail dev choice, right, in terms of genre type of game, and maybe even cause some devs to choose to avoid Europe entirely, because they'd essentially have to work out, do we go...
That's not gonna happen. That's BS. That's like if Apple said, well, we have to use USB-C cables in Europe, but we're gonna keep remember, it's the European Union that ruled that they have to use the USB-C. So they could have kept using the proprietary data / cable charger in the United States, but that's not what they did, right? Because it's actually more expensive for them to make two different products, and then they're not going to miss out on the sales in Europe. That's such a completely empty threat.
Go into Europe and then take all of these other hits in every other market. This is basically saying they may...
Hey Vincent, yeah, we will definitely run some dungeons. I think I'm high enough level. We'll check the dungeon finder and stuff. It should be pretty quick because I'll sign up as a healer. We will be doing that. I'm just about done taking care of some personal stuff. So we've been watching some documentaries and some news and stuff. And I think when I'm done with this video, I'll be done with my stuff. Then I'm going to spend a little bit of time editing things. I need to make like a couple of updates, especially based on Deathforge's feedback. So we'll do some of that for like an hour or two, maybe 3, so I can release content on YouTube and get the raise awareness that I'm making content again, making shorts and that stuff. And then as soon as that type of work is done, we'll dive into some Turtle WoW. So we'll probably dive into that in 3 hours max, maybe sooner. We'll see how quickly I can get through it. If you want to stick around, you'll get to see how I like edit videos, and then and how I stay organized, actually, and we're going to turn that into a video because FlameMage requested it. Because I use the calendar and a bunch of different tools. So that's what's on the agenda. Thanks for hopping in and saying hi, Vincent. It's good to see you again.
May not do that, and if you're in Europe, you won't get a bunch of games. But of course, they also warn about the private servers, basically saying that bad actors can...
Oh, right on. No, I'd be down. I'll take you up on that. I'll have to, Zek has been leveling with me too, but he's fallen behind, by like a couple of levels. So we'll see what he says when he'll probably be online in the next 2 or 3 hours. We'll see if he wants to do it. If not, like, I'd be happy to run with you too. I'd be happy to run with like both of you. So we'll work something out. We'll figure it out when we get there. I appreciate and thank you for the offer. I'm just making sure I'm using the right card here. Okay, all right. I think I'm almost done with this stuff. Let's finish this.
Can exploit them to steal your data and to harm company reps.
This is bullshit. Exploit you to steal your data. Well, if all you do is ask for an email address, what data? If you put in an email address, a throwaway email address, and you use a different password than the password on your email account, what data is there? Right? Why? Like this is also a non-argument. This is the fear mongering they're talking about.
All of that stuff. So to hyper TLDR their view, either companies half go bankrupt trying to comply, or they just skip out Europe entirely, and we just end up with a bunch of scammer-run servers.
Now, I will say that anytime there's government regulation, it does slightly raise the cost of doing business for some industries. Because, it costs more money. It can cost more money to make sure that you are in compliance with the rules and regulations, right? So that's fair. But like I said earlier, it's software. Like they will have already developed the stuff to make it work. Both when they're developing it, they'll have a test server, and then when they're actually running it while the game's active and they're supporting it, they'll have that software. So all they have to do is provide a copy of the stuff that they've already made. It wouldn't take them much effort at all to strip out any proprietary stuff, right? So that's probably where it would cost extra money is modifying those programs slightly to not give away any proprietary secrets and protect the company itself. So that would cost a little bit, but that can't be a lot. That can't be a lot because you'd basically just be removing things instead of like rewriting anything. The rewrite would basically exist because you wrote stuff out of it. So like we're talking about very, very minuscule costs here. And I'm not a game developer, but I've been working in IT for a long time, and I can't imagine that it would cost a buttload of money to slightly modify already existing stuff to protect your company from proprietary things.
Spooky stuff. And again,
and you know what? The stuff that they would release would probably run better because most companies are putting in like telemetry things to track people and track what they're doing and that kind of stuff. So if they remove that, then things, because they want to sell your data to a third party, they remove that. The stuff that they release might actually run better and use less resources than anything that they put out while the game was live.
It's all sorts of things that we've heard before, worst case interpretations of what this initiative could demand. And that's exactly the point of this video. That Video Games Europe is talking this way is no big conspiracy. It really shouldn't be surprising, because they're a group that exists to prevent worst case scenarios. That's why they're outlining a whole bunch of worst case scenarios. Now, their board has got EA people, it's got Ubisoft people, but they also do represent every European developer through the various different trade associations that exist. And they do speak to a few wider concerns, things like the EU meddling in product priorities for eco-design, or whether esports should even be recognized as a sport, right? All of that stuff where basically they don't really want the EU to weigh in, because change that they can't control that much is obviously scary. So to them, the status quo is absolutely better. And they'll probably be more spooked about this because they can just look at how effective the EU have been against Apple and against Google. But of course, with the petition hitting its threshold in the EU, they kind of had to respond. And of course now, in the UK, that petition has also went past its threshold. And that means it's time to talk about the UK and the EU, what it all means for you. We'll hit the UK first. So the UK petition is actually further along than the EU's one, where it's actually got a government response twice. Now, we had a general election a little while ago. That did interrupt the first campaign, but we did get this initial response. It was clear, but definitely unhelpful, where it essentially said that existing consumer laws should already protect buyers, in a case where it's unclear if a service can or can't be revoked. And that essentially meant, okay, the law covers it. We don't need to make new laws. What's changed, though, is the signature threshold, because now it's going to be considered for a parliamentary debate. And there's actually even a countdown on the website of how many days there are until we get a debate date. Now, luckily for you, I'm one of the few people who kind of finds watching Parliament riveting, so I'll watch it when the time comes. But here's an example of how this sort of thing could work, right? Another real-world example. This is a farm animal care petition. It was launched in January, passed in April, debated in June, which is really, really quick. Why was it so quick, and can we expect similar for Stop Killing Games? Well, basically, in this case, it actually touched existing legislative topics, and also Joanna Lumley was involved. If you're in the States, you may not know, basically, she's a UK celebrity. She's got a long history supporting similar things. It's a topic that cut through to the general public, so obviously, yeah, they were able to talk about it. But here's the thing. Whenever you hear parliamentary debate, you're probably thinking about, the green benches, the Chamber of Parliament with all the MPs gathered. No, it's not that. It was just a single committee meeting. That's how these things can actually happen, where some interested stakeholders attend, a relevant minister shows up, the government's position then goes on record. But in that case, no new legislation emerged. All that happened was promises of future consideration. That was basically it. It was a little bit of a nothing burger. Now, that is an example of a fast petition that had cultural support. Now, currently, 11 petitions await debate. One of them has been waiting for 115 days. You might be wondering why. That's basically things like research, maybe a dash of a yes minister to slow it all down, but basically civil servants compiling reports on the petition, stakeholders, industry context. That all takes time, but further than that, debates can be deflected. As an example, if a related topic comes up first, then the petition can get referred to that record. That could lead to a delay, but I know what will, and that is Parliament entering recess through July. And that basically means we won't hear anything solid until autumn at the earliest, which in a way may be a good thing. You see, the EU has got stricter timelines, and if the EU happens to go faster than their timelines, then we may get more information before the UK stuff goes down, and that could then inform the UK's approach. Okay, look, I can't be Margot Robbie in a bathtub, but we do have to explain this, so just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. So, here's how a European Citizens Initiative, which is what Stop Destroying Games is, can actually work. So, when signature collection ends, the Stop Killing Games movement will have 3 months to send responses to the relevant national authorities. Those bodies then get 3 months to verify the signatures, basically confirming totals for all the different regions. Thrilling stuff. Then, after that happens, Stop Killing Games has got 3 months to send everything over to the EU. And then if, after all of that, it still has over 1 million verified signatures, well, then the real work begins. And adding all that up, it means that in the worst case, it will be 9 months until the EU basically has everything, though it could be faster than that. Now, within 1 month of them having everything, they will then invite organizers to outline concerns. Within 3 months, there'll be a public hearing, and during the wait, there'll be loads of research, loads of stakeholder consultation, and all that fun stuff. And from there, there's a few ways it could go. So initially, it would stay with the Commission, but what's actually possible is a full MEP chamber debate.
What games are they speaking of? Well, it's really all games. It's basically if like they just like if there's all this talk about buying a license and that kind of stuff. But like if you spend they're saying like if you spend money, if people give a company money, and then the company decides to no longer support the game, they need to take a couple of steps so people still have the option to access that game. Basically, like don't just shut the whole thing down. I in fact, oh, here, we could probably check out Accursed Farms video next. Because Accursed Farms is the guy who's been really, like, I did my research. This is the guy that really,
Hey!
Let's see his video here. He's been talking about it. He did like a whole video presentation, the end of Stop Killing Games. Where's his first one? It was a Stop Killing Games April updates. Updates on the game campaign. Where's his Europeans Can Save Gamings? 39 questions answered. Ross explains it all. Let's actually watch. I think this is it. Is there anything, like, is it sooner than that? How long has he been doing this? Okay, yeah, here's all of it. Okay, that's gaming stuff. Looks like he does older games. Information update. Informal update on Stop Killing Games being destroyed. It was like a year ago. Let's actually search, because it'll probably be the quickest return. So this be Accursed Farms Stop Killing Games. Okay, so that's the big one. That's a day ago. I think it's this one. The largest campaign to ever stop publishers destroying games. And it's a year ago. So this, I think this is the one.
Hi, I'm Ross, and I enjoy video games. Or a lot of them. I also enjoy owning things.
Hold on, let me give Buddy a like, let me subscribe, and I suggest all of you folks do the same, because this guy's really this guy's really gone to bat for anybody who considers themselves a gamer, except one person. but leaving that person aside, this guy's been going to bat for you, for me. So let's actually check this out. Like, we're still going to do everything I talked about. We can check this out. Here's the background of the problem, general plan on the crew, government initiatives to stop game destruction. Okay, here, what the petitions do. So here, let's actually fast forward to here, because he brings up like a little PowerPoint thing or whatever, and he talks exactly like what he wants the petition to do. Right? So let's check it out.
Share the same fundamentals. I tried to design the fairest proposals I could that still solve the problem. Yet remember that, naysayers, I'm trying to solve the problem. But I'm also trying to keep the scope as narrow as possible. I am not trying to reform the games industry. I am just trying to stop companies from destroying games that they've sold to you. That's it. So, with that in mind, while the game is being supported, any game, absolutely nothing would happen. Companies could do whatever they wanted. We're going for a light touch. It's only once support ends that requirements would kick in. The first is any game sold, or licensed for those of you who want to be pedantic, would be required to be left in a functional state when support ends. This does not mean a 100% perfect state, but it means a hell of a lot better than completely inoperable. It would also require no connection to the publisher or affiliated parties in order for it to continue functioning. So it would need to be patched to either be offline or have private hosting only. It's the only way. Anything less and the game dies. And yes, this would include DRM that needs to connect to the internet. And because I'm being forced to go to all this trouble, I really want to end this. So this would also apply to games with microtransactions. Except we didn't say microtransactions since these were in plain English. So this would cover free-to-play games. Because if you've been sold something like a virtual horse, but then the publisher destroys the game, well, now you can't access your horse. I've been told undisturbed possession is a term for what I'm talking about here. And finally, these rules cannot be superseded by end-user license agreements, since that's how companies have been getting away with highway robbery in the first place, especially in the US. There's no point in having rights if you have to sign them away just to play a game. I'm sure a few of you right now are scoffing at this proposal, but just remember Internet Explorer, guys. It was impossible. And that's it pretty much. Now, one thing we left off the table, but it's kind of an open secret we'd be willing to compromise on, or at least I would be if a company doesn't fix the game, but they give you all the information, tools, software, and so on so that a programmer could be reasonably expected to get it working again. Yeah, that's an acceptable substitute. Though the resentment some others had helping on this was strong, and they didn't trust companies not to abuse a provision like that. And they could be right, so we left it out of the proposals. We also left out this applying to all software and restricted it just to video games. Now don't get me wrong, I personally think all commercial software should have these provisions also, but this is already such an uphill battle that expanding the scope would invite many more enemies and weaken our odds. Remember, I am single issue. The point is, even if you don't own the crew, you'll still be able to do something if you live in one of the countries where these petitions were launched. This is a multi-pronged attack. I have prongs for everyone. Well, no, but a lot of people. It's complicated. Remember a while back when there were so many versions of Watch Dogs for sale that somebody made a spreadsheet on how to buy the game? It's not that bad, but it does have a lot of variables. What I've found is that what people can do varies on where they live and whether they own the crew or not. But even then, it can still be confusing. So I've seen it as a priority to make this as easy as possible for everyone. To that end, I've been working with volunteers to launch a website to do just that. StopKillingGames.com. I hope you can remember that name. It has the 2 G's there back to back. That might throw some people off. It's a multilingual website that can easily steer you exactly where you need to go to have maximum impact. Some people can do multiple things, so I even tried to prioritize your options a little bit. In fact, you can even just stop watching and go here if you want. There's nothing else you have to know that's not on the site. We have blazed a trail for you to hit back against the industry. All you have to do is follow it. We've done all the hard parts for you. See, people can complain about the games industry, but the reality is all internet comments are meaningless.
Let's go check it out really quick. Here we go. Stop Killing Games. Here's the FAQ. How are publishers destroying video games? An increasing number of video games are designed to rely on a server that publishers control in order for the game to function. This acts as a lifeline to the game. When the publisher decides to turn this off, it is essentially cutting off life support to the game, making it completely inoperable for all customers. Companies that do this often intentionally prevent people from repairing the game, also by withholding vital components. When this happens, the game is destroyed because no one can ever operate it again. Yeah, of course they want to destroy it. So you buy the current version. They don't want you playing old video games that they don't support anymore. Why should people care about publishers destroying video games? Primarily just for entertainment and not of much consequence. The practice of a seller destroying a product someone has already paid for represents a radical assault on consumer rights and even the concept of ownership itself. Yeah, so this is basically the right, and you've heard of the right to repair. This is basically the right to own. Like we should have the right to own the games that we pay for, basically. You know, if this practice does not stop, it may be codified in the law and spread to other products of more importance over time, right? Just like we saw earlier today with the smart home power stuff. About that video we watched earlier. Could be codified in law for other products such as agricultural equipment, educational products, medical devices, etc. It is important consumers maintain a basic level of rights so as not to be overrun by predatory practices. I mean, you know, the law basically needs to catch up at this time. I mean, this is the consumer rights movement of our time. Additionally, video games are unique creative works. The concept of destroying every existing copy of a book, song, or film would be considered a cultural loss for society. While a less recognized medium, video games still deserve to have basic protections against the complete and willful destruction of many works. That is actually a damn good point. Like, you know, just like everybody would be horrified if they destroyed every copy of a book or something, or of a song, just because they, you know, the person who made it didn't want to like play the song anymore or do book tours on it anymore. Or the publishers didn't want to print it anymore. Oh, we're going to stop printing this book. So we need to burn all the other copies that have already been printed, right? So that's you know, virtually the same thing. I'm really glad I read this because that's a great argument. You know, if companies face penalties for destroying games they have stole, there's very likely going to start curbing this behavior. Yeah, it's I mean, you know, this is like, you know, ages ago, the companies were fighting against being required to add seat belts to cars, or to, you know, stop saying 5 out of 6 doctors recommend Lucky Strike cigarettes. So this is just another shade. No, we're not asking that all. We are in favor of publishers ending life support for a game whenever they choose. What we are asking for is that they implement an end-of-life plan to modify or patch the game so it can run on customer systems and no further support from the company being necessary. We agree that it is unrealistic to expect companies to support games indefinitely and do not advocate for that in any way. Additionally, there are already real-world examples of publishers ending support for online games in a responsible way. Gran Turismo Sport, Knockout City, Mega Man X Dive, Scrolls, Duelist. In fact, yeah, Duelist is one that I played. So we'll have to... Oh, damn, that's a good point. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, okay, let's just add this as a note. Point out that Duelist has already received the Stop Killing Games treatment. The publisher, the devs discontinued support and released the source code, and I can still play the game. Okay, which I should do. I should do and download. It would be great to have Duelist gameplay in the background while showing infographics and other media to support the narration of this script. Okay, very good. Let's check this one out too. Aren't games licensed, not sold to customers? The short answer is this is a large legal gray area depending on the country. In the United States, this is generally the case. In other countries, the law is not clear at all since license agreements cannot override national laws. Those laws often and this is why we need to campaign here in the States to update the law for the right to own. Just like the right to repair, we should have the right to own. Those laws that consider video games as goods, which have many consumer protections that apply to them. So despite what the license agreement may say, in some countries you are indeed sold your copy of the game license. Some terms still apply. However, for example, you are typically sold your individual copy of the game license for personal use, not the intellectual property rights to the video game itself. Is it impractical, if not impossible, to make online-only multiplayer games work without company servers? Not at all. The majority of online multiplayer games in the past functioned without any company servers and were conducted by the customers privately hosting servers themselves and connecting to each other. Games that were designed this way are still playable today. As to the practicality, this can vary significantly. If a company has designed a game with no thought given towards the possibility of letting users run the game without their support, then yes, this can be a challenging goal to transition to. If the game has been designed with that as an eventual requirement, then this process can be trivial and relatively simple to implement. Another way to look at this is it could be problematic for some games of today, but there's no reason it needs to be for games of the future. Fair enough. Okay, let me check something here. I think we're pretty much done. Let me look at the list of stuff that I'm doing here. Okay, I can do that at the end of the stream, so you folks don't have to deal with it. Let me set myself a reminder. X for funds to roommate to order 2 things. Okay. And then I got busy, so I didn't. All right, so. All right. So what I want to do is actually describe. Here, let me close this. All right, let's. That doesn't have any special info on it, so. Okay, we're switching gears. As you can see, I've ordered my groceries. So whoever you were that donated yesterday, you anonymous person, thank you. This is going to be like enough food for like a month and a half. And then you really helped me out with. I got one of two. I got 2 more car payments left, and I'll own the car outright. And this is the rest of the stuff that you donated will help me make that car payment next month. So bless you so much. For those of you just joining us, I got laid off a couple of months ago. I apply for jobs damn near every day, and it's just rough out there. So AI is really changing the landscape of stuff. In fact, I just got done editing a short about how I lost my job to AI. I was actually the guy who implemented the AI, so it's a little ironic. But I can't be upset. It's a new technology. New technologies are going to disrupt industries. Here we are. It would be like me complaining that electricity took my job or something. I can't really get angry about it. I can get upset, but I'm not like, I don't know. It's just the way of the world. New technology comes in, it changes things. Humans don't have to do those things anymore. Okay. So we can close this. Phoebus is going to send me the link to that. All right. So, okay, let me uncheck this. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to start recording. Because a lot of people have asked me to kind of show this. All right. Hey everybody, a lot of you folks have asked me. Oh, here, how should we start? Okay. Hey everybody, a lot of folks have asked me. No, let's start over. Hey everyone. A lot of folks have been joining the live streams and have actually seen me. Hey everyone, a lot of folks have watched the live stream. Give me a sec. Okay, that's what I want to say. Hey everyone, I live stream I've started live streaming. Flame Major, you around? This is for you. I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of work done. Of personal and professional work done. People, folks watching the live stream have seen me update my calendar and take notes for things I'm doing or need to do. A lot of them have commented about how organized it is. A lot of them have commented about how organized I am. I've got really bad ADHD, and I have developed this system. Have developed a system to make sure. No, we don't even need to do that. That's a bit much. Organized as I am. At my last job, I worked as an operations manager and project manager. For my last job, I worked at a fintech company that specialized in cryptocurrency as an operations manager and project manager. They're working on projects for that job. Had a lot of details and requirements that all needed to be met. So that everything was in legal, technical, so that everything met. Hold on, working on projects for that job. There were many different requirements that needed to be met, so the results were within legal, technical, and were within the legal, technical, and security requirements of the industry. So I had to make sure. So I developed many skills and systems to ensure the projects were successful. The projects were successful. Many of you have requested that I make a video showing my process and the tools that I use. So here you go. Okay. So we'll talk about Google Calendar, Google Docs, Trello, Confluence. Yeah, I think that's good. Anything else? I think that's fun. Okay. Let's see. How can I do this? Let's turn that off. Let's turn this on. And let's change this to Google Calendar. Perfect. Okay. That's a little weird. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I can look at this and I can read it. Use four free. I primarily use 4 free tools, and those are okay. And let's start with Google Calendar. Okay, and then like I can zoom it, so this is the week view. Perfect. Okay, and I guess I can zoom in on things too if I need to. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm just getting ready. Let me just delete all the videos here. Delete that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That. Okay. Should I make this any bigger? Probably. That should be good. Let's put that right there. Is that fine, or would it be better down there? I think it looks better down there. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, so what you guys can see now, like, so I'm actually only streaming the Google Calendar, and on the, so I can read this right here, but when I record, it's only going to be this. So this way it should look a little bit better instead of me just reading off of a script. All right, here goes. Let's put this over here. We'll eat that later. Okay. Hey everyone, I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of people. Hey everyone, I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of personal and professional work done. Let's try that again. This is really hard. Like, this is why actors get paid the big bucks, because you have to like memorize all this stuff and then deliver it convincingly. Okay. Hey everyone, I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of personal and professional work done. Folks watching the live stream have seen me update my calendar and take notes for things I'm going to do, or things that I need to do. Here, let's just keep going, and then I'll record it again. A lot of them have have commented about how organized I am. At my last job, I worked at a fintech company that specialized in cryptocurrency. My roles were primarily operations manager and project manager. Working on projects for that job while working on projects for that job, there were many different requirements that needed to be met so the results were within the legal, technical, and security requirements of the industry. So I developed many skills and systems to ensure the projects were successful. Many of you have requested that I make a video showing my process and the tools that I use. So here you go. I primarily use 4 free tools, and those are Google Calendar, Google Docs, Trello, and Confluence. Let's start with Google Calendar. All right, fine. All right, now one time from the top. Yep, there we go. Okay. Here, let me delete the ones that I screwed up on. There we go. All right, here we go again. Hey everyone, I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of personal and professional work done. Folks watching the live streams have seen me update my calendar and take notes for things I'm doing or I'm going to do. I have a lot of you have commented about how organized I am. At my last job, I worked at a fintech company that specialized in cryptocurrency. My roles were primarily operations manager and project manager. While working on projects for that job, there were many different requirements that needed to be met so the results were within the legal, technical, and security requirements of the industry. So I developed many skills and systems to ensure that projects were successful. Many of you have requested that I make a video showing my process and the tools that I use, so here you go. I primarily use 4 free tools, and those are Google Calendar, Google Docs, Trello, and Confluence. Let's start with Google Calendar. Nothing here in Google Calendar is set in stone, and I'll show you how the other tools interact with the Google Calendar. I have been, see right here, I basically fill out what I do as I do it. I try to keep track of things on Google Calendar of what my day went. You can see if we back up a little bit, I have a really screwed up sleep schedule right now. So like I've been getting most of my sleep between 10:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. sadly, and I am trying to turn that around. I actually got up at 2 p.m. today. So let's see here. So if I am actually honest about how my day went, I went to bed around 3. Actually, no, I went to bed at 5 a.m. sadly, because I stopped live streaming at 3, and then I was chatting with somebody on the Discord server until about 4 a.m. But it's fine. We had a great conversation. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. But I actually did get up at a reasonable time. So this is vampire sleep. And actually, I color code things. So I choose red for when it's either super important or something not great happens. It's either or. It's just, needs my super attention is what red means. Purple is actually something to do with streaming or making videos. So you see here, I've got catch up on Discord, message everyone. So I've been doing that. So I think I started around after I got up. I started catching up on Discord, and I did my morning catch up here. So these are actually, you can see that these happen every day. Catch up on messages on Discord, and then morning catch up, check emails, messages, all that stuff. I didn't get to shower and shave, so we're going to move that over to tomorrow. And I have not yet eaten anything, so we need to fix that. In fact, I will eat as soon as I get done making this video. Now, this is a reminder because as I live stream a lot, the ads and stuff over on Twitch have been interrupting things. So folks suggested that I set them to manual ads, and this is just a reminder for me to run those anytime I get up to take a quick bio break. And then I actually did start live streaming. Let's see, I started live streaming 2 hours ago. It's 6, so we started at 4. We started about 4:30. Right. Okay. And we're going to live stream until about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I'm just going to put 2 o'clock. And this is simulcasting. And this is purple because it has to do with live streaming or making videos. So there we go. As soon as I get done recording this, I'm going to take lunch. I have food right over there, but I get hyper focused on this stuff, and my food's been sitting over there for like an hour and a half, and I've been busy focused on other things, so I actually haven't eaten yet. So that's another reason why I'm so keep the calendar, because I'll have a reminder that will pop up if you allow notifications for Google Calendar. When something comes up, you can see here, if I hit edit, you can set when the notifications pop up. So I get a notification 30 minutes before this happens and 5 minutes. I actually only need it before 5 minutes, so I'm going to get rid of the extra one there. Let me go ahead and save that. And I'll save that for all following events because I've set lunch to recur every single day because I should be eating lunch every single day, right? This task right here, I made this to convert notes to the Trello board. So let me switch over really quick, show you folks something. Here is the script, the intro script that I just read from. And I've also taken a ton of notes because my friends Zach and Chicken Tender, everybody just calls her Nugget. All of her friends call her Nugget. So they gave me a lot of great ideas for videos to make. So I'm going to convert these notes into things on what's called a Kanban board, but we're not there yet because I'm still cleaning up my calendar. Once I get my calendar cleaned up, as I convert things into tasks, I will also set aside time to do them on the Google Calendar. And as you can see, I'm moving stuff around all the time. I don't have to stick with that. I don't get mad if I end up moving things around because nothing ever goes according to plan. So the calendar is super flexible, and I try to keep things on here to just remind me that there are things out there that I have to do. So we're actually going to see, we just started this video. So I'm going to start it right here, and I'm actually going to turn this into make organizational video. I can't spell worth a damn, y'all. I grew up with spell checker. There we go. Thank you, Google. Thank you. There we go. All right, perfect. So this, I don't know how long this is going to take. It'll probably take us through to the rest of the stuff, and then I'll eat when we're done. There we go. I'll probably only need 30 minutes to eat. And then see, there's this gap here. So I actually want to fill that in because I did make lunch, even though it's sitting right here. I haven't finished eating it yet, but it's sitting right there. Make lunch and clean kitchen. because that's what I did. Okay, and then the blue is just normal stuff. Oh, Laxness just subscribed with Prime. Thank you, Laxness. And Phoebus over in chat says, "Have you heard of an alarm and melatonin?" Yes. I should probably order some melatonin. I will see if I can work that into the budget. So here we are, and then I wanted to make sure that I exercise today. So I'm going to move this down. I need like a whole hour. Even though my exercises only take me about 30 minutes, there's like a cool down period. So I like to keep track of that too. Anything having to do with health for me is in green, or anything that's going to be super beneficial to me, it's in green. So like same thing about like having lunch. All right, now let me show you folks my Trello board. So I've got, let me see, is it here? I know, there it is right there. To do. Boom. Okay. Now this, and I need to update this too. I've been slacking, so it'll be great for me to get a couple of things cleaned up, and then I can use this as an example of how to upkeep and how these things operate. So in project management, in the project management world, project management is actually like, for those of you that don't know, there's a whole industry and role, and there's books on project management and all that stuff. And I've read plenty of them. And this is, this is how I've implemented project management in my own life. I've got a bunch of really big, lofty goals. I want to try to teach myself a lot of things. I want to get a lot of projects done, and I'm never going to be successful at those things if I don't try to keep organized. So that's why I use a Trello board in combination with my Google Calendar to see that I actually make progress. I have been making progress in here. In fact, we're gonna fix a bunch of different things. So this, see, I've got you can have these. Let's start with these swim lanes. These are swim lanes. Each one of these is called a swim lane. Okay. And you can see that I basically work from left to right. So things start out as an idea, and anytime I have an idea, I always write it down, because I got a lot of like really good creative ideas, and I don't want to lose them. So I put them all over here on the ideas phase. And then the things that I definitely decide that I need to do, the things that graduate from the ideas phase to like, yeah, you should do that, those make it over onto the backlog. So let's take a look at some of the things over in ideas. Video, review Diablo design document, video tools I use to work and keep organized. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, Swanty from Twitch says, I would like to see a video where you showcase and tell more about all the tools you're using, such as Confluence, Trello, Chat, maybe use to use for my and other viewers' own projects. All right, well, great, Swanty. In fact, let's move this over to the in progress swim lane. What's going on? What is it? Oh, suspected spam caller. Oh my gosh. Oh, ever since I started applying for jobs, I have been getting so many spam calls. There's got to be a way. My buddy Phoebus just told me there's a way to filter these spam calls out. I got to figure out how to do it. I'm going to put myself on Do Not Disturb so that doesn't happen again. Okay. All right. We'll leave that there for now. I typically leave that on, hoping somebody that I've actually applied to calls, but it's all been spam recently. So there's Laxness just subscribed. I already thanked him, but he just said sup guys in the chat. And then Swanty, here you go. I told you I'd get to it, and we got to it. So it's here in progress right now. See, I've got my label here, media production. So let's actually click on this a little bit. So see, I created this. I created this in May 26th, and then here in the description, like you can leave yourself a little note, and then up here you've got labels, and let me just hit add here. So I've got all different kinds of labels. Let me hit show more labels. So these are all the different labels, and you make your own labels. You folks, you can color code them, and like I've got everything color coded to what fits my needs. So like white's like really great ideas. I've got a viewer appreciation tag. I like to sing, so I've got practice vocals. I need to get my Fiverr page up and running to try and get another stream of revenue. So that's why I've got the Fiverr page listed. If things cost money, I like to label that because since I got laid off, I'm on a very, very tight budget. So things that get that label are typically pushed to the side until, I can secure some more employment. Chores, I gotta keep up. I gotta keep things clean around the house, all that stuff. And it helps me to put just about everything I need to do on this board, including household chores. So that's why I've got the label there. This clearly has the media production label. I'm getting into learning AI. I use AI a lot. AI is actually the reason I got laid off from my job, because I did such a good job of implementing it. This is the must spend. So there'll be something like I'll give things multiple labels. So this will cost money, but it'll also be must spend. So there are certain things, I think, like since I only owe 2 more payments on my car, like I'll definitely have must spend, cost money on that task, right? And you can consider anything on this board a task, basically. So you see here, like over in chores, I need to make some homemade saltine crackers because I got a lot of flour, and I'm craving saltine crackers, and I wanted to try making some on my own. And then I got a brand new bathroom sink that needs to be installed in my bathroom in the house that my roommate owns. So all this stuff is up here. Swanti asks, how do you use the label chores, since that is a constant or reoccurring thing? It doesn't really get finished. So basically what I do is when something needs to happen. So if we look over here on completed, yeah, I'm just making sure the camera's not covering that up. So see here, I've got, clean bedroom, sweep floor, right? And that gets the label of chores. And when that's done, I just move it over here into the completed field. And you see how big the completed field's getting, right? Because I'm actually getting stuff done. So you see down here, if we look down here at here, let me hide myself real quick. So if you look down here at the very bottom, right? So like the first thing I did was set up the Ko-Fi account. By the way, shameless self-promotion. You folks can donate and support me over at ko-fi.com/support Nexius. Anything you folks can do be super greatly appreciated. I'm in a spot where anything you folks can donate would be a huge help. Recently just had a donation from an anonymous user. It was Nexius fan for life. And then Deathforge, who's a regular here in the stream, has donated so I could replace the air fryer that I've got that's on its last leg. So huge thank you to everybody that's donated. Huge thank you to Deathforge and that anonymous donor. But let's get back away from the shameless self-promotion. So you can see how basically when I decide something needs to be done as far as chores goes, I will create a task over here in chores, and then I'll move it over here into completed eventually. So these two things definitely still need to get done. I'll get to it. See right here, I've got something in blocked, because it starts over as an idea. It'll make it to the backlog. Things in priority, like these are the things that I've decided, okay, the next time you sit down and start working on something, you need to pull something out of priority. One of the things that I definitely need to do is get a TikTok account. So many people have suggested that I get a TikTok account. It's set as a priority. I haven't started working on it yet because I'm just now starting to make shorts I just uploaded my first short to YouTube yesterday. When I get done recording this, I'll probably spend a little bit more time making another short. Once I have a library of like 5 to 10 shorts saved up, I will then make the TikTok account and I'll start releasing things on a pretty regular basis. I'm just currently in the process of figuring out how to make shorts effectively. I like singing's like a really big hobby of mine. That's why I got this super expensive microphone and these headsets where I can listen to myself, listen to my own voice. And I really like practicing metal, and I'm really good at metal and country, basically. So that's why I have this in its own swim lane. I haven't been practicing vocals recently. I do need to set aside some time on my calendar just to do that. I don't want to live stream it because I'm self-conscious about my singing, but I'm getting pretty damn good. I just want to practice these things some more. See, here we have in progress. This is the web series that is that I'm currently working on, and as you can see here, you can leave yourself notes. So I've been leaving myself notes for see, look, notes blocked off time on 7/5 to start this web series. It'll be great service to the gaming community. This has to do with the Stop Killing Games stuff and how ridiculous some of the end user license agreements have gotten. And let me show you, so first rough draft here. So I'm going to click on this and see, this takes me over to Google Docs, right? So remember, one of the tools that I said was Google Docs. I use Google Docs to write up all of the scripts that I want. So this is actually the script for the Stop Killing Games series. Basically, how I'm going to this is going to go over the history of consumer protection movements. The laws are really far behind most of the consumer protection laws that we have, at least here in America. Were started in the 60s and the 70s, and some of them were updated in the 80s and the 90s, but there hasn't been a lot of updates since. And now that we live in the digital age, the laws are really, really falling behind. So the purpose of this script is to provide context for all of the things. And then the web series itself, just so you know, is I will be going over the end user license agreements and the terms of service just to point out how ridiculous everything is. I'm really good at translating legal, technical jargon into plain speak. So that's what the web series will actually be about. And then I'm teaching myself a bunch of AI stuff for a bunch of different reasons. And these are my medium to long-term goals. I like to write down my goals. Use Google Docs for that. I just started using Linux, Manjaro, because I need more control over the AI stuff that I'm working on. So I figure I may as well make a Linux video. And then just if you check out the live streams or you see some of the recent videos, I've started playing World of Warcraft on a private server on Turtle WoW, and I want to make a video for that. So I definitely need to make sure that I have cards or tasks created for all of those things. But I think that basically gives you a good idea. Let's take a look at a couple of things. Like I got a problem with my credit card. I basically got to tell them I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with my credit card, basically. I got this is actually done. Oh, see, this is figure out when next car payment is due, and it was actually due on the 15th of this month, so it's July now. Yeah, so let me go ahead and finish this. Third to last car payment. This is how I'm leaving myself notes. Payment was due on July 15th. Someone donate yeah, this was actually the last bit of my money until somebody donated. So you had made enough off of Twitch over the last few months. Yeah, I think it was like since March. Everything I've made at Twitch since March was able to pay off the car payment for this month. Last few months allowed you to make this payment. Okay, save. All right. Now that this is done, and you can set due dates too. So this is overdue, but it's not going to matter because we're going to put this over here into completed. I'm going to put it up right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create another one because I know when my second to last car payment is due. You must make second to last car payment. Okay. So here I've created the task. Now I'm going to give it a label. So this will be hit show more labels. So hit must spend, costs money, right? So now it's got both of those labels on there. And then I happen to know when the next payment is due, and it's going to be on the 15th of August. So I'm going to set that as the due date. Okay. You can update when the due dates are, or when the notification. So, you know, one day before. So let me set it as, yeah, one day before is fine. So I'm gonna hit save, and then the anonymous donor next fan for life. That was the name that they put when they donated. Sent enough for you to buy groceries and make the second to last car payment. Okay, so this one's actually in the bag. I'm not worried about this one. Then let me move this up to the top. Move down here a little bit because it's not top priority, but it is coming up. So this I'll start getting notifications for this, and I'll make sure that it gets done. Let's see here. Let me actually go through priority. Apply for remote English tutoring jobs. Okay, this has been completed via Cambly. Waiting to hear back on approval. So I was looking at ways to make other forms of revenue, and as a native English speaker, you can apparently sign up for a website. There's a website called Cambly that I signed up to. I haven't heard back from them yet, and I signed up maybe like a couple of weeks ago, so I'm kind of worried about that. But you know, if not, I'll just keep going on and keep applying for jobs, all that kind of stuff. Swanty says, I noticed you never complete a task. Tick it off. Is there a reason for that? You just move it to another bucket, or what's it called? It's called a swim lane. And let's see here. Is there a way? Am I doing something? Join, move, copy, mirror, make template, add labels, dates, checklist, members, test. Yeah, I just you'll see here it's in the, so this thing right here, it is marked completed, but you know, they call them lists here. So here's the same list, you know, ideas are over there, backlog, priority, chores, vocals. So I mark it completed, but once it's over here in the completed column, I know that it's done. One of the things that I don't like about Trello is that once I move it here into the completed column, it still shows that it's overdue. So I guess what I could do if I really wanted to was I could remove the due date if I didn't want to see that. But I know that because it's over in the completed swim lane that it's finished and I don't need to worry about it. Up or left, you say? Oh, are you talking about up here? Up here? Yeah. Yeah, so it's in the upper left here. That is depending on which swim lane it's in. Open the task, yeah, and an open task up here. Oh my god! Oh my god! Swanty just taught me how to use Trello. So, you know, I'm still learning. The admission of ignorance is the onset of knowledge. Thank you, Swanty. I just learned something today. I hope you folks are learning something today. Today is a very good day. This is great. This is great. Look at that. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait. No. Look, you can even mouse over. Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Get out of the way. Boom. Boom. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is so much better. Oh my goodness. Just thank you, Swanty. You're the best. You really are. Look at this. This is cancel VPN's prescription before you get billed again. Pay phone bill. Check assistance program notifications. Update live stream layout. This was chores. This was bake, clean, pick cilantro. Use ChatGTP before you lose it. I didn't lose ChatGTP because Phoebus donated to keep it going. Arden's a former coworker of mine. He got laid off from the same job I did 3 months after I got laid off. So we've been chatting. He's been giving me tips on how to apply for jobs and that kind of stuff. That's blocked. This is actually done. I was making sure I was trying to cut down all the bills that I had, and I'm typically on testosterone replacement therapy, but I paused that until I can get employed again, because it's pretty expensive every couple of months. This is already done, so that's basically on unemployment, filing for unemployment. I have plans to do that tomorrow. So look at what's here's on hold. Like I really enjoyed playing Elden Ring. Deathforge actually donated a copy of Elden Ring over Steam, so thanks again, Deathforge. And like that was my first Souls game that I ever played, and I've been checking out YouTube videos on Souls games and that kind of stuff. And the one thing that seems to get the same amount, if not more, praise than Elden Ring, it's Bloodborne. But it's a PlayStation exclusive, so that's why it says it costs money and it's on hold, because until I get a job and I can afford to get a PlayStation to actually play Bloodborne, here we are. Let's see what else. We were going to go through priority, so we got the TikTok. This is about making the Linux video. This is about the second to last car payment. Let's move this up to the top. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm not going to live stream tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off. Add commissions to Ko-Fi. So if you go to the support page, if you go to ko-fi.com/supportnexius, I can put up commissions. So I can say like, for this amount of money, like I'll make whatever type of music video you want. So I need to do that because it'll be another stream of revenue if people are interested in it. So I will offer some of my services through Ko-Fi as a way to get some additional revenue. So I guess since I put that on this video, I will make sure that some of those things are up there so you folks can go over and check that out. So let me go ahead and add this to the top of the stack, and let's go ahead and say make sure the commissions are up there before releasing project management / organizational video. There we go. I told you I can't spell. Save. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this over to in progress since these two are linked. So I will get to that. What else we got? So we got the payment. This was a video that my buddy Arden suggested. It should help me update my resume. I can only have I've had problems with setting up a Fiverr page. So I've actually got something on the calendar here. Where is it? Yeah, follow up on Fiverr issue. I got a bunch of things to do tomorrow. So it's over. I'll try to get it done on Thursday. So you can see how, I've got all of these things. Anytime something comes to mind, the first thing I do is I write it down. So this is Notepad++. The great thing about Notepad++ is that if you just load up normal Notepad in Windows and you have a bunch of notes in here and you didn't save it and you lose power or your computer shuts down for some reason, you bumped the power button, you lose everything that's on this Notepad. So Notepad++ will allow, if I lose power, like, and I load it up and I forgot to save it, it will still be here. So I definitely recommend Notepad++. I'll be sure to list that. So the first thing I do is I write it down, and now that I've got that, I can let's see here. So let's see. So we can start converting the tasks here into the ideas and lists here into stuff over here. So let's see here. Because this is a bunch of Turtle Wow stuff. So here, let's do this. Let me show you some of the other features. TWOW content. Okay, let's move this up here. Oops. All right, there we go. So TWOW content, let's go ahead and give it a label. And that's going to be the media production, because I'm making video content on it. Now, you know, use the to-do list in this ticket, in this task, to make videos on Turtle Wow for people who might be new to WoW in general or don't know about the private server. Okay, so I'm gonna hit save, and then look, I'm gonna hit checklists right there, checklist. So we're gonna say TWOW content videos to make. Okay, I'm gonna hit add. All right, now I've got a list here. Okay, so now we're gonna start adding things. Let me here we go. So you know, imagine you don't have the game. How do you get it? And I'm just going to copy and paste that right there. And that should be add-ons, not add-ons. So not adds-ons, add-ons. There we go, add. All right, so now I got that as, and I can, if I put the little check mark, see it's got like the percentage, and then it puts a strike through it, right? So creating your character. Let's copy that, put it there. All right, next. Water bags, let's do Hearthstone, registered XP. This should all be one video. It's going to be a bunch of great content. And then we're going to do setting up hotkeys and developing muscle memory. It's how you get good at the game. Your first 17 levels, boom, right there. See, we're getting it done. Okay, leveling professions, boom. Making money on the auction house. Whoops. There we go. WoW basics. And theory crafting for each build. Leveling. And then theory crafting for each build. PvP. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to make. Gearing out after you're 60. Custom UI creation. Man, I just had so many great ideas. This is all good stuff. I can't wait to start working on this. Favorite WoW story. Nexiest happened. Yeah, that was a good story. And I will make a video about it. The Portal of Chance, Mage Fun. There we go. There it is right there. Figure out how to scream spam calls in Google Voice. So let's cut that out of this here. Okay, so we've got this is set as priority. I need to get a couple of these things done, and then I'll lean into this some more. But let's go ahead and hit add card, and boom, figure out how to how to screen. I'm going to move that up to the top. Yeah, that needs no explanation. Let's see what if it needs. Is there any label that would fit? Let's see here. Show all labels. I'd say it's a great idea. So it gets the great idea label. What else we got? Flame Mage wants a video. Oh yes, so Flame Mage also wants the video. So we're gonna go back over to progress, and then let's add a comment over here. Flame Mage also requested that you create a video around these tools. Oh, gotta spell tools right. Okay. All right. So I think that does a good job. So you folks, over there in chat, do you have any more questions? I can give you a quick. Let's go over it one more time, and then that'll give you folks in chat some time to ask any questions. So again, this is what's called a Kanban board, and these are swim lanes. Or this is Trello. So if you guys check the description of this video, I'm going to link everything in there for you. You can see how I use that. So you can set these up as any way that you want. Each Kanban board is whatever you need it to be. So this is ideas, backlog. The ideas are things that I think is a good idea, but I'm not sure whenever I'm going to get around to it. It's just going to sit over here until I can get other stuff done. This is the backlog. This is stuff that I decided that I do need to do. See, look, cancel Planet Fitness membership, right? But I don't know when I'm going to get around to it. So I already got charged for my annual Planet Fitness thing back in March, so I've got a few more months. I've got until March of next year before they charge me again, so that's why it's on the backlog. So we've got the things that I know I definitely need to do: Turtle WoW creation, figure out what I'm going to do about my credit card, make a TikTok, all that kind of stuff. These are where the chores are. This is my own personal hobby. I really like to practice singing, so I've got this is here as a reminder for me to do that because I find it very fulfilling. And I need to set aside time for doing that. In fact, let's do that right now. So see, I'm taking the day off streaming. So since I'm doing that, let me go ahead and set aside 2 hours. And we're going to say practice vocals. Oops. There we go. And because this is for me and it's a health thing, I'm going to change it to green. Okay. So that way I've got it on the calendar. I'm taking the day off of streaming for tomorrow. I do have some work things to do. I've got to make a couple of phone calls. I'm trying to set up my finances because I got laid off. I'm just trying to get all that figured out. So I'm going to take tomorrow to do that. And then I will take time to practice vocals. And I reminded to do that because I had this here. So if you've got a special hobby, if it's painting Warhammer models, reading comic books, drawing, writing, make sure you put something like that on your own personal board. You can set up multiple boards for a bunch of different things. But we're focused on this one right now. This is all the stuff that's in progress. Things that are on hold. The reason that they're on hold, you can come in and leave a get contact so you can stream with your shades on. So yeah, right. Until I'm an old man, so I got poor eyesight. So a lot of people have joined the stream and they're like, "Hey, what happened to the shades?" Well, it hurts my head to wear two different. I got to wear my glasses and the shades, right? So I've got the shades. Don't get me wrong. But with the headset that I've got, it just hurts the side of my head wearing both pairs. So as soon as I can afford some contacts, I'll be able to stream with my shades on again. So like that's on hold. So see, personal finance costs money right there, right? So as soon as I get a job and I get insured again, that'll be one of the first things I do. Things that are blocked and why they're blocked. This Streamlabs basically just costs me money. and I'm on a tight budget, but my friend Phoebus is actually making a custom chatbot to run inside of Twitch and YouTube. And he just got like the first couple of tests done. So, stop by the live stream, come hang out, and very soon there will be like a custom, unique, one-of-a-kind chatbot that my friend Phoebus is developing. More on that soon. I'm just gonna tease that right now. And then we've got everything that's been completed. And thank you, Swanty, for reminding me that you can just mouse over and actually click the little checkbox. So I can mark that as incomplete, but I already cooked the taco meat months ago. So we just checked that off, right? So that's all set. Swanty says, in Trello, you can filter out done and undone tasks the way you hide done tasks, or you have a list. Oh, in Trello, can you filter out the done and undone tasks? I'd imagine so. I think this is the filter. Yeah. So I would filter out. So here's the filter icon. And then let me show you one more thing too. It just occurred to me. So where is, that's labels, that's activity, any match, exact match, filter, card status. Okay. So we filter out marked as, we filter out not marked as complete. Okay. So that way, see this one's marked as incomplete. Look up Ko-Fi account, take tips. Yeah, there we go. So we can actually mark that as completed. Oh, look, in the moment that I checked it off, because I have that filter enabled, it hit it. So it actually, now it shows that there's 0 things incompleted because we're using that filter. And then Phoebus says, yes, sorry for the delays. Had a migraine this weekend and unfortunately having one starting right now. Oh, Phoebus, take your time, man. You've already made so much progress. I'm super impressed with the progress that you've made. He's already got it like talking in chat. He did a test. It started replying to itself, interestingly enough. So he had to do a fixed stuff. But that's what happens when you make a whole new program custom bot. It was quite amusing, and he'll get it done soon. So I'm no pressure, Phoebus. You take care of yourself. I know you work on it when you can. So yes, Swanty, you can do, here, I'm just going to hit clear all, and that way you can see the stuff. So if I go over here and I filter for things not marked as complete, there we go. It hides it. Now let me show you one more thing. I'm going to show you a different, board. So if I click over here, right here, okay, oh wait. Here, I click up here and it shows all the different boards that I have. This is the Skywalker Ranch, okay? And this is a long-term project, okay? This is the Star Wars project. There's a couple videos up on my YouTube channel about it. So you can see here that the project is active. I'm working on other stuff right now, but I still have all the things that I need to do to actually make a Star Wars short film. That's one of my long-term goals, is to make a Star Wars fan film, right? And I'm currently in the process of learning how to do certain things in special effects so it'll look really good. We talked about, this one is actually completed. We successfully we successfully got this one done. It was a test. It wasn't perfect, but we got it done. Fug is actually kind of busy with things recently, so he hasn't been able to contribute to the project, but he's already added so much to it, and I'm so happy for what he has completed. But the one thing I want to show you is, see how I move this over here into completed? So we've got different swim lanes set up for this one too. This is the ideas, this is the backlog. On deck is basically priority, right? We got in progress. Second iteration, I created this just because there were so many different tasks all going into the latest video on the Star Wars project that we got out there. Then blocked or on hold. Just stuff that costs money. Basically, we're not spending any money on the project until we can. The thing that I want to show you though is that since there's 2 people on this project board, like I was able to invite Fugnuk to the project board, so you can actually assign it to people, right? So you can, so, you know, Nexius Productions is me. Fugnuk is my friend. You can, if I created something, you know, I would assign it to Fugnuk. I also assign it myself, and you can see us actually communicating with each other here in the comments, right? So this is another application that you can do. You can actually collaborate using a Trello board. That's actually what they're for. It's for basically a bunch of people that are all on the team of the same project working together. This is how you keep track of all the tasks, where the tasks are, who's working on them, and if they're stuck or blocked on anything. That's how you do all this stuff. So finally, I want to show you folks one more thing. Oh, thank you, Stefan. Stefan says, I'm actually a sucker for project management. Very detailed. That's great. I'm glad you folks are enjoying this. I'll be sure to clip it all, and I'll put it up on YouTube so everybody can reference it later. I wanted to show you folks one more thing. There's another tool that I use, and I use it as a I use it for a bunch of different projects. So there's a program out there called Confluence, and Confluence is a great way. I mean, you know, if it's one-off stuff or like a script or something, I'll use Google. I'll use Google Docs because you can highlight things. You know, this is you can highlight things, and then you can click a little thing here and then hit, you know, add a note to myself and hit comment. And then later on, when you're done with that, you can check it off and it goes away. So if we look at the script that I'm working on, you can see how I've highlighted certain things and I've left myself a note, right? This goes right here. Don't forget to add clear language. This is just all notes to myself while I'm working on a script. Now, for much larger projects, I like to use Confluence. Confluence has the same function. See, I can highlight something here, hit comment, you know, and so you can guys see, hit comment and leave myself a note, right? And then I just hit add. Okay. So the next time, so see if I can see that it's highlighted, and if I click on it, there's the note. So I'm going to go ahead and hit resolve here. This is my Unreal Engine 5 game developer notes. So I have this idea for a great video game. I don't want to just be the idea guy. I actually want to learn how to use Unreal Engine 5. It'll help me with special effects for my videos. It'll also be intellectually stimulating. I've I've made like a bunch of different notes here of how I would actually develop the game. I've done some world building of what the playable races would be, what the nations and factions would be, how magic works, all that kind of stuff. This has been a great fun little project. I can't wait till things are better and I can spend more time on it. But I also have other spaces. So if I click over here, see, I can show you the Star Wars project. Okay, and the Star Wars project is where I've kept all of my notes for the short film. So see, you can actually nest. So this is writing, and I can then we've got one for cinematography, practical effects, special effects, sound effects, music, props, costumes. Right, writing is where you have the most control. So writing, in my opinion, is probably the most important. And see, we've got season. These are all my notes for season, movie, novel number 1. There's actually a video of me going over this stuff with Fugnuk, a bunch of plot thread ideas, tropes and gripes. Let's see, show, don't tell, gripes you've had. So I just started thinking of all the things that ever ticked me off when I was watching something, and I guess show, don't tell was top of mind. Oh, the elite troops are actually elite, can aim worth a damn. They are deadly. They are accurate. They are to be feared. They do pose a danger. They injure and kill main characters. Avoid scenes where the aim of a unit/character is deadly in one scene, but not in another when suddenly the main character shows up. right? So that's just a gripe. You know, it's everybody knows the meme that stormtroopers, you know, can't hit the broadside of a barn. So I just leave a bunch of, it comes to mind, I leave a bunch of notes in here, narrative themes, backstories for the history, the plot threads, locations, all that kind of stuff. So this is, and again, this is called Confluence, and this is free. This does not cost you anything. I've got a world building project over here, some project management stuff. There's some personal items in the other ones. That's why I'm not showing them. But Confluence is definitely a great tool, and you know, as you can see, you can keep things really organized. You know, you can add your notes like I'm talking about. You can add icons, emojis, all that kind of stuff to keep things you know, organized basically. That's everything basically. Those are all the tools. I'll be sure to what keeps Stefan asked, what keeps you motivated to run concurrent deep projects at the same time? Well, I wouldn't say that these are running concurrently. I mean, this Star Wars project is definitely on hold. There's a lot of other things that I will get back to this. Basically, this is on hold until I can get like a 3D printer and until I find a new job and all that. I got better things to do. And then things that like making the Turtle WoW content takes priority over this because it'll help grow my channel. When the channel's finally grown, yeah, I can probably switch back over and pick this up again. So I wouldn't say that I've got a bunch. And same thing with the Unreal Engine 5. I want to dive into that, but there's so many other things that I'm working on right now. So it would help if like if I had all the resources, if I had like if I won the lottery and I had a couple $100 million, then I could run all these concurrently. But that's not the situation I'm in. So this actually helps me not lose progress with projects that I've already started and I've had to pause. Later on, these tools would help me run multiple projects concurrently, but that's not the current situation. So like I haven't really updated. I haven't looked at this board in a month or two, and it's just because there's a bunch of things that I was working with. Like Fugnuk has been helping me, but he's got personal stuff going on right now, and I don't want him to feel bad at all for life happening. Family comes first, right? So you know, I'll pick this up again whenever he's ready. If not, you know, I'll pick it up again whenever I can actually afford to you know, hire somebody's services on Fiverr or something like that. As soon as I have a bit you know, some disposable income, I'm ready to hit the ground running again and start hiring either VFX artists or 3D modelers or something like that. And until then, I'm trying to teach myself everything I can, so when I am in that position, I can hit the ground running. But that basically shows how I tie in Google Calendar with Trello. To keep my tasks, all of the different tasks that I need to do together, how I use Google Docs to keep my one-off scripts and things together, and then how I use Confluence for some of the deeper dives on different projects and things like that. Yeah, Swanti says Microsoft recently launched Loop. That might be an alternative to Confluence, maybe. And then Stefan says, yeah, I can understand how not working holds this up. Love to see the commitment and details so it's easy to switch context when it's time. Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And then, you know, staying organized. And this also helps me shift priorities quickly, too. Like when I got laid off, it was like, okay, well, you know, this is on pause, this is on pause, this is on pause. What do I need to start doing, right? And that's why you see things. Here, let me clear the filter. Where do you clear? There we go. Uncheck. That's why you see all the stuff over here in the completed column, right? This is me, filing unemployment claims over here. Tasks for, canceling prescription medicine that's too expensive for me that I can do without. I'm definitely not 100%, but it's not. It's not life or death either. So, I can pick up the hormone therapy again later when things are better, and then things will really be better. Applying for jobs. So this helps you switch gears too when something happens, when you have somebody you're working on a project with, things come up, life happens. It does help you pivot too. Gus says, if Confluence is like Notion, then Loop would be a contender. Otherwise, it's a combination of SharePoint and Teams. Oh goodness. Huh. Well, I haven't seen Loop, but I will check it out. Let's Loop Microsoft Loop collab. Oh, well, it's part of the Microsoft 365 suite. So I can see, there's a lot of businesses that already use the Microsoft 365 suite. So if your company or boss and stuff are already using that, it probably would be beneficial to jump in and use Loop for things, because that way you're in the same ecosystem. Trello and Confluence are actually part of the same ecosystem. I think Atlassian, the company that made Confluence, bought Trello a little while ago. So I can actually link things together between Confluence and Trello. And then it's super easy to link things when it comes to Google Calendar and stuff, because especially when it's your calendar, you can just copy the link and paste it. And there's other things you can do. Like I could here, let me edit this one real quick. And what I'm going to do, so things are kind of cyclical, is I'm going to click here and I'm going to hit share, and I'm going to copy the link to this ticket, and then I'm going to put it here in the calendar invite, or in the calendar task. So, link to Trello card. Okay, and I should be doing this for basically everything. So this way, when I click on the calendar event, then I can click on the Trello card and see the additional notes and make sure that it's marked as progress or on hold or completed, whatever it needs to be. And then when you're done, you can just back out of it. Boom, here's the board, here's the project board that the task or the Trello card or whatever you want to call it is on. So that's another way to keep things linked together. And this is a practice that I should definitely be following, because imagine somebody asks you hey, what was it you were working on 2.5 months ago? Well, then you can go all the way back and then find. Damn, man, my sleep schedule's been screwed up for a long time. Anyway, oh, see here, I've been doing it. See, finish cooking video. Don't forget to add shout out and affiliate links. So if I click over here. So on June 3rd, and here's the Trello card. So I click that. Boom, there it is right there. Look at that. Oh man, see, look, this is perfect because this is me following all the best practices. I created a checklist. I went through and I made sure everything. So edit footage into the timeline, add royalty-free music, watch through the timeline and write the script, record voiceover and add timeline. Don't forget shout outs to those who donated. Thanks again, Deathforge. That's you. Make a list of all the things you use, then get affiliate links for the ingredients. I put where I uploaded the footage. I left myself some notes. And then, just for a matter of record, I actually put the completed video as a comment, and then I marked the thing as completed. So I'm super glad that I clicked on that, and I was actually able to show. This proves that the system works. So I can tell you what I worked on. I can tell you what the details were. I can tell you what the result was, and it's all there basically. So, and see here, you can even see me, you know, reaching out to Swifty and stuff, right? Which I did. And for anybody who wants an answer on that, like I reached out to John. You know, things are a lot different since the last time I worked with him. There's been like the adpocalypse. Remember that? So the amount of money, the amount of revenue made on John's YouTube channel, if I was to start editing his YouTube videos and he was to give me 100% of all the revenue that he's currently making off of YouTube, let's say I worked, you know, when you edit videos, you can work anywhere from like 40 to 80 hours a week easy. So let's just split it down the middle and say I work 60 hours a week editing videos for John. The amount of revenue that would generate if he gave me 100% of the revenue would equal to be less than $10 an hour. So there's other things that I can do that will reward me financially better. And then Swifty himself, he makes all his revenue from live streaming. So the stuff that I do, like, I mean, I live stream myself working on stuff, but there'd be a bunch of stuff that if we were going to work on it, we couldn't live stream it for a while. We could only live stream it later on when things got up off the ground. So it would take, so if he started working with me again, it would take away his time that he live streams. So he'd make less money, and he's making all his bread and butter over on the live streams. So it's just not, it's just cost prohibitive for he and I to work together. It's not that we don't want to. It's just that, you know, I would lose money because I could be focused on other things. He would lose money because it would take him away from where he's currently making all his revenue, which is live streaming. So as soon as something changes, like if I can get the live streams built up again, if I can get the revenue coming in from YouTube or whatever else, then and something changes, then I'm sure we'll do some collaborations. But until then, that's just where we're at. I'd love to start making content again with him, but it's just a different world, and it's just cost prohibitive at the moment. So, well, I hope that that takes you folks through everything. Anybody else have any other questions? And I'll go ahead. No tasting samples provided. Boo. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Gus. Well, I mean what just happened? Oh my goodness, somebody just told. Oh, thank you, man. Who did that? It doesn't show the name. Why doesn't it show the name? Where's the name? Let me look it up on the page over here. Oh, Swanty just donated. Oh, Swanty, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you. That's great. Everything helps. I really do appreciate that. Oh, you're the best. Okay, thank you, Swanty. Yeah, I'm glad you like this. And like I told you, like I could even show you, like I did make a task for this. I even wrote in the description, Swanty from Twitch says, you know, and I actually copied what you said and put it in there. So here's that video. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and in a second I'll hit stop recording. And then that way I'll be able to upload this to YouTube. So I'll probably spend a little bit of time editing it tomorrow. And then I'll throw it up on YouTube so everybody can watch it whenever they want. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over. We've gotten everything done that we need to get done for the day. I'm actually going to start doing some Turtle WoW. For those of you that don't know, I'm making some World of Warcraft content again. Check out turtle-wow.org. It's a private server. I'm having a lot of fun on it. Best way I can describe it as Vanilla WoW++. They've made so many updates, so many quality of life updates. They've filled in a lot of the gaps. They've smoothed out a bunch of the rough edges. And I'm really looking forward to making some PvP content. So I'm currently leveling a priest. I'll definitely level a mage. Get both of them leveled up, geared out, and then I'm going to make some old school PvP videos because a lot of you folks have been requesting that stuff. So, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come and check out the live stream. I'll either be making a video like this, I'll be working on something in the background, or I'll be live streaming Turtle Wow, or working on editing a video. So I hope you folks enjoyed it. Thanks again, Swanty. Thanks, Deathforge. Thanks, Swanty, for the donations. I'll see you folks next time. Okay, there we go. I hit stop recording. So hold on. Let me label this. Where is it? There it is. Is that it? I don't know why VLC takes so damn long to load. Hey everyone, I've started live streaming. Okay, good. All right, so this is going to be project management tools video. Okay, I'll just leave that thing right there. Okay, in fact, let's leave myself a comment. So you recorded this, you recorded everything you needed on a live stream on 7/22/2025. File on your desktop titled project management tools video.mkv. Throw it in Resolve and chop it down, add some music, and post on YouTube. All right, so let's hit save. So there's the comment, and then I'm going to set a due date for tomorrow. Let me go ahead and hit save, and then I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to, it should only take me an hour, so I'm going to say, you know, edit yesterday's recorded video, and then I'm going to put post project management tools video on YouTube after cleaning it up and adding music. There we go. Boom. So there's a link to it. Can't spell, save. Okay. Oh, I forgot to color code it. That's purple. There we go. Holy crap. Oh, Flame Mage. Thanks, brother. Oh man, today and yesterday is a good day. I'm feeling, you guys have really turned my mood around. I'm feeling great. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna write, Ko-Fi lets you write replies and stuff, and I'm definitely gonna. Holy crap! Yeah. Oh, that's that. Yeah, that's Deathforge, and then where are we? Reload. There it is. There we go. Flame H, thank you so much, brother. That's a big help. Everything helps, man. You guys are super great. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna keep working at all this stuff, and I'm just gonna keep delivering a bunch of great content that everybody's asked for. So thank you so much. Okay, I don't. Let me not get emotional over here. You guys, it means a lot to me that you guys actually donate. It really does help. I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for you folks. So just thank you. It's just rough out there. I'm kind of stuck in Puerto Rico because I've got rent paid until February. I could go back to the States, like maybe I get like a fast food job or something. I don't know. It's just this is the longest I've ever been unemployed, and it's just getting on my nerves. I've been taking care of myself since I moved out when I was 18, and like I want to, you know, that I know that the stuff that I'm making, the videos that I'm making, the live stream I'm doing, I know that's work. So I'm going to do that as best as I can, and I'm going to find some other job and to kind of fill in the gaps, and things will things will get turned around. I know it. So I'm going to stay positive. Thanks again for donating, guys. It like I said, it really does mean a lot. Okay. Tell you what, let me go take a 5-minute break. Okay. Let me take a 5-minute break. Take a bio break. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do some. I got a lot done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So I worked hardcore 5 hours today. I got a lot of stuff done. I need to turn my sleep schedule around so I can work more than that. And then we're gonna keep live streaming, and then I'll eat in 30 minutes, and then we'll exercise. Oh, yes. Thank you. Oh, God, bless you, Phoebus. Bless you, Swanti. Seriously, bless you. Thank you for the reminder. Let me get my thing set up here. There we go. All right, cool. Let me leave you folks with. Oh, I know what I should do. I know it'll make a good thing. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Let me pull this up really quick. There we go. Okay, and then I'll sign in. So let me throw up the away message. There we go. BRB bio 5 minutes. I'm gonna get something to drink. Bio break. Smoke them if you got them. Get up. Go for those of you just sitting there. Get up and stretch. Touch the ceiling. Touch your toes. Or you can wait until a little bit later when I do my exercises tonight at midnight. So we got 7. It's 7:30 right now my time. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 4.5 hours, I'm gonna start exercising. We're gonna do some calisthenics at least. So you can join me in those too if you want. All right, cool. This is the shopping list. We got groceries ordered. And then let me check one more thing real quick before I jump up. Yes, there it is. X for funds to roommate. He's going to order the air fryer because he's got Amazon Prime still. And we get free shipping with Amazon Prime. Okay, cool. I'll be right back. 5 minutes. Bless every single one of you. I'll be right back.